Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Eppington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolates, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome to Mediacom Stadium. It's Bobcat football, Bobcat Game Day Live on KFJB-tv. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside me. A good football Friday night. It is week number 8. On the road tonight, the Railsplitters host your Marshalltown Bobcats in the new stadium, Mediacom Stadium. We've had the chance to be here a little bit, walk around a little bit. Pretty phenomenal facility down here in the Des Moines Metro.
It really is. If you've ever been to the Knapp Center where Drake plays basketball, it's right next to it, and it has this neighborhood feel. It's a great, great spot. Opens up absolutely a beautiful environment for Friday night football.
We'll get a chance to kind of look around the stadium and the view here tonight in our broadcast. Coming up, we are going to preview East and West Marshall tonight. Also, we will get our latest scouting report on the Railsplitters, which this is a team like the Bobcats facing some injury concerns right now. They might be without a couple of their good players.
Yeah, it really comes down to, we were talking, of course, to Coach Mann last night at the coaches show. It really comes down to week 8, a lot of people playing both ways. You're getting hit a lot of opportunities for injury, and it really is just a battle of attrition late in games. Everyone's dealing with injuries, Bobcats as well. You're just going with your walking wounded and going for the win.
Well, both teams starting the process of getting warmed up here, as we are as well. Coming up next, it's the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, presented by your locally owned Rainbow Car Wash, with 2 locations in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-tv.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
From Radio Iowa Sports, this is the Scouting Report, an in-depth look at this week's prep and college games. Now from our studios in Des Moines, Todd Kim.
The Hawkeyes have a Big Ten West showdown at Wisconsin. The Cyclones visit Cincinnati, while the Panthers are at top-ranked South Dakota State. And Week 8 of the high school season includes a 1 versus 2 clash in 5A. That and more on the Scouting Report.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
Iowa has survived the past couple of weeks with backup quarterback Deacon Hill under center, but it's hard to imagine the Hawkeyes winning at Wisconsin with another feeble performance by the offense, especially considering Wisconsin's new spread up-tempo offense is averaging nearly 204 yards of rushing and 210 yards of passing. Hill returns to Wisconsin, where he began his collegiate career.
Yeah, he played there, but it wasn't like he played a lot. In fact, he didn't play at all, as far as I know. So, I don't know that there's some kind of sentimental or emotional deal going on. I don't think so. I think he's happy to be here, and not that he's not happy to be there, but he's happy to be here and he's looking forward.
That's Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz. It's a 3:05 kickoff. It'll be televised by Fox. Iowa State bids for its first road win with a visit to Big 12 newcomer Cincinnati. Stopping the run is big in most games, and it will be in this one. The Bearcats average just over 220 yards on the ground per game.
Number one, they know what their answers are in the running game. They know how to adjust in the game. They're very consistent with what they want to do. He's always had a great quarterback that can be a dual threat.
That's ISU coach Matt Campbell. Cincinnati quarterback Emory Jones averages 56 yards on the ground and has 3 rushing touchdowns. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff. It'll be televised by Fox Sports 1. Off to a 2-0 start in the Missouri Valley Conference race, the UNI Panthers get ready for a massive test with a visit to top-ranked South Dakota State. The Jackrabbits are 5-0 and the defending national champions. Their offense is averaging more than 43 points and 273 yards of rushing per contest.
They've got the quarterback run game. They've got the great running back and actually 2 good running backs. So, yeah, that's how they've built their team over all the years, and they've always been good at rushing, and they've got a quarterback that complements the great run game that they've always had.
That's UNI coach Mark Farley. The Panthers are 3-2 overall. And Drake takes a 2-0 Pioneer Football League record into a contest at home against defending champion St. Thomas of Minnesota. The Bulldogs have won 5 straight in conference play dating back to last season. High school football's next on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
The curtain closes on the regular season tonight in the 4 smallest classes, and when the games are complete, the playoff pairings will be set. Rivalries matter in the sport of football, and a big one in Class 2A will close it out as second-ranked Central Lyon George Little Rock hosts number 3 West Lyon. Known as the Beef Bowl, this series dates back to 1964, and West Lyon coach Jay Roseboom says it matters to both communities.
Lyon County likes their football. The people are passionate about their teams, and we've had some really good athletes in both sides of the ball go on and do great things at the high school level, at the college level, and even at the NFL level. So the tradition's pretty rich, and great athletes on both sides of the teams.
Both are headed to the playoffs, and this could be the first of 2 meetings, but Lions coach Curtis Eben says there's still plenty on the line tonight.
We're both sitting undefeated. It's a beef bowl. There's a lot of pride within our community, within our kids. Everybody knows it's on the line this week, and it's good old small town football, and just glad to be part of it.
One side note to this series: the West Lyon website claims the score of the 1968 meeting is unknown. Eben was asked for Central Lyon's side of that story.
I'm not really sure, but I think we won that game, so let's go with that. I'll let you know when we find it. If it's the right way. If not, if you don't hear from me, then you probably know.
He later sent a link to a page on the Central Lyon website that shows the final score of the 1968 game as Central Lyon 10, West Lyon 7. Also in Class 2A tonight, it's top-ranked Van Meter visiting Centerville. Number 4 Monticello is at Tipton. In Class 1A, top-ranked Grundy Center closed the regular season last night. with a 28-3 victory over Hudson. Tonight in 1A, it's second-ranked Underwood visiting Red Oak. Third-ranked Sumner Fredericksburg is at home against Appling and Parkersburg. There's a rated matchup finding fourth-ranked Wilton hosting number 6 Iowa City Regina. A Class A district title will be up for grabs tonight in Nashua. Mark Pitts has a preview.
The Class A District 3 title is on the line when Wapsie Valley visits Nashua Plainfield tonight.
Coming down to the last week, and you're still playing for that first and second with both teams playing each other. So winner takes off. I just think that's a neat experience for our guys, and I hope that we're ready for the challenge.
That's Wapsie Valley head coach Dwayne Foster, who says they'll also treat the matchup as a postseason game since the outcome will have playoff seeding implications. Nashua Plainfield coach Andrew Christensen's team will face a Wapsie defense that has held opponents scoreless in 5 of their 6 wins.
They're always in position. They swarm to the ball well. I mean, they play defense the right way, and that's why they've had so many shutouts.
While the game is being played on Friday the 13th, Christensen says his team is superstitious for other reasons.
Our seniors are a little superstitious. They're taking after me right now. They realize that they can't win with black on black, so we're going to wear white pants. I don't know if that'll do anything for us.
Superstitions aside, the Huskies will play again with a heavy heart due to the recent death of former player Caden Wilkin, whose funeral services were held this morning. Mark Pitts for the Radio Iowa Scouting Report.
Also in Class A, it's top-ranked Woodbury Central hosting West Monona. Number 2, St. Ansgar is at Lake Mills, while third-ranked Madrid plays host to Wayne. And in 8-player, it's top-ranked Winfield Mount Union at HLV. Second-ranked Cam visits Stanton, Essex. This season, Beck's is recognizing student athletes that are not just a star in athletics, but a player that shows heart in school, at work, through the community, and in the ag industry. Katrina Hageman of South Winneshiek has been raised on her family's beef and crop farm. She's active in FFA and is part of the Iowa State Dairy Judging Team that will take part in November's national competition.
So we go down to Indianapolis. We have to go one day and do a full day of tests, but then the next day we get to judge cattle. So yes, it's a 2-day portion at Nationals.
Rockford's Danica DeBoer is a rare 5-sport athlete who competes in both golf and track in the spring. She credits her coaches and teachers for helping her navigate her busy schedule.
Yeah, I always have a good teacher, which is actually my agriculture teacher. She's really good about helping me, and she's kind of like a counselor to me in a way, because I can go to her, talk to her about anything, and just really get some good advice from her on what I need to do and how to manage my time and everything.
Cam Buffington of Winfield Mount Union has grown up working with animals and also works on other farms in the area.
I mean, we've kind of always raised sheep. My dad kind of grew up doing it, and so yeah, I've always kind of raised sheep, been in 4-H and stuff, so and just help farmers out here and there, just doing stuff.
Algona's Morgan Kelly enjoys competing in the show ring and started off with bucket calves and chickens.
I love to travel around during the winter show season for jackpot shows and all of that. I can get pretty competitive with that sometimes.
Beck's Players with Heart. The rest of Week 8 is next on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
There's still 2 weeks to go in the regular season in the largest 3 classes, and there's a 1 versus 2 clash in 5A when second-ranked Dowling Catholic visits number 1 and 2-time defending state champion Southeast Polk. There could be a second meeting down the road, but for now, the winner of this one figures to be the top seed in the playoffs. Dowling coach Tom Wilson says the Southeast Polk offense, led by quarterback Connor Moberly, will be tough to stop.
You know, most of those guys are seniors. They're all seniors up front. Moberly is a Division I quarterback for a reason. I think he has great weapons. They've had an effective run game, as you mentioned, very balanced, and that's a tall task for any team. And there's a lot to deal with there, and it'll be a tall task for us. And hopefully we can force them into some mistakes and have some short fields.
There's 2 other rated matchups in 5A tonight, including 5th-ranked Waukee Northwest at number 9 Ankeny Centennial. 6th-ranked Bentendorf visits number 10 Cedar Rapids Prairie. The title in 4A District 1 goes to the winner of tonight's game as 8th-ranked Lamar's hosts Denison Schleswig. J.J. Johnson reports.
Monarchs head football coach Dave Liebers had this to say about the matchup.
It's a good feeling to be in this spot, and I don't know if many people thought we'd be in this position to be playing, for a district title tonight, but our kids have worked hard. Our kids have listened to us, and I think we've kind of got things going a little bit, but we know we're going to face a very sound Lamar's team who's physical and does a lot of things right. So it'll be a big challenge, but again, I think our kids will answer that call and give it our best shot.
Then the Lamar's head football coach Ken Vigdale mentioned this is what it's going to take for them to come out with the victory.
I just think we have to be able to do what we do, and that is we've been able to control the ball on offense. We have a run game that leads the district in rushing yards, and so that's our backbone. That's who we are. That's what we do. And, we have to get some mileage out of our pass game to be able to keep moving the chains. And so offensively, that's what our goal is. And then defensively is, like I said, we just can't give up the big play.
With the district title on the line tonight, it will be the Lamar's Bulldogs taking on the Denison Schleswig Monarchs. For the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, I'm J.J. Johnson from KDSN.
Also in 4A, top-ranked Adel ADM is at Indianola. 2nd-ranked Western Dubuque hosts Decorah. In 3A, 8th-ranked Independence will lock up the District 3 championship with a win at arch-rival West Delaware. John Swisher has a preview.
Independence is 6-1 overall, 3-0 in district play, while West Delaware is 4-3 and 2-1. The Hawks suffered their first district loss last week by a point, 14-13 to Dubuque Waller Catholic. Those were the only points they've allowed in 3 district contests. West Delaware 28th-year head coach Doug Winkowicz talks about the mindset of his team.
Defense right now is playing really well, and we're going to have a near-perfect game from a turnover standpoint. We got to be able to move the chains and control the clock and do the little things. And we've had a great week of practice. The guys are focused. We just had to regroup.
The Hawks will face an Independence offense that has scored 99 points in its 3 district games. On the season, the Mustangs averaged 33 points a contest. Independence 10th-year head coach Justin Putz shares his thoughts on what this matchup means to his program.
Talk to our kids all the time about it's exciting to play in big games, and you have to work really, really hard to have the opportunity to play in big games and games that matter. That's earned, so our guys are excited and looking forward to it.
It'll be the 109th meeting between the two teams, with the first game coming back in 1899. West Delaware leads the overall series 55-50 with 3 ties. For the Scouting Report from KMCH Radio in Manchester, I'm John Swisher.
There's one rated matchup in 3A. It finds top-ranked Creston hosting number 7 Nevada, while 2nd-ranked Clear Lake is on the road at Humboldt. That's all for the Scouting Report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
Rainbow Car Wash has been in town over 40 years. New owners Brett and Kim Kennedy have been with Rainbow for more than 35 years, focusing on quality, cleanliness, and great customer service. Open 24 hours year-round with 2 convenient locations. Each location has 2 oversized truck bays to accommodate large vehicles. All bays except quarters. And for your convenience, newly installed credit, debit, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay featuring Swipe or Tap to Pay, powerful vacuums, and a great selection of vending supplies. Follow us on Facebook at Rainbow Car Wash, LLC.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back to Mediacom Stadium. Bobcats and Railsplitters getting warmed up. Kickoff coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Time to take a look around the conference, all presented by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown. Some good games going around Central Iowa. The big game of the night, though, Southeast Polk and Dowling. I was looking at the college.
I've got 2 asterisks next to it on my notes.
Is one of it because of the best atmosphere?
No, I don't know about
that?
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, so each week there's a college football insider or whatever that says best game day atmospheres around the country. And since there's no Iowa team really playing at home this weekend,
right.
The Southeast Polk game is listed as the best atmosphere in Iowa this weekend. So I thought that was kind of cool. But Southeast Polk and Dowling, that one's really for who's going to end up being the number one seed in the playoffs overall.
Yeah, and I'd like to say we've never seen that before, but over the last decade, of course, those two are at the top of the heap of Iowa football.
Yeah.
And Southeast Polk's on quite a run. Dowling's trying to climb back up that mountain after winning, I believe, 7 straight state championships up until a couple years ago.
Yeah. Pretty impressive stuff. Ames and Sioux City East tonight. Ankeny Centennial, Waukee Northwest. Man, Ankeny Centennial's really on a roll right now.
Yeah. They've given a lot of people all that they can handle, and a big game for them to see what Waukee Northwest. We saw what they did to Waterloo West, a team we lost to that just ripped them apart. So that should be a good game.
Ottumwa and Des Moines East tonight in an Iowa Alliance Conference matchup down there at Schaefer Stadium. That's one thing about Ottumwa. Man, they've gotten beat up a lot this year.
Yeah.
Might find themselves in the win category after tonight, though.
Yeah, it's a big one. That's the lone common opponent we have here tonight, and Lincoln actually lost to Ottumwa, but Ottumwa is Marshalltown put 44 on them in the first half. Ames put 40 in the first half, ended up doing 63, and I think they got 50 put on them in the first half last week.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting what's going on down there for Brian Goodvin and crew. Valley and Ankeny tonight. Davenport Central, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. It's interesting how far Jefferson has fallen since we saw them. They were up to number 5 in the rankings, out of the rankings, and they haven't won a game in quite some time.
You know, you kind of find your level, especially you can face wildly different competition. We talk a lot about that on the east side of the state, that there's some programs that are over there that really aren't as strong, but you start to play programs around the metro area.
Yeah.
That is a wake-up call. Those teams are in a class of their own.
Yeah, that is for sure. That is a look around the conference and 5A action tonight, all brought to you by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown with a wide variety of top-quality shoes. This is Bobcat Game Day Live from Mediacom Stadium in downtown Des Moines.
Brown Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear. Choose from New Balance, On, Keen, Echo, and much more. Brown Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and European footwear, carrying multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff is available to give you a personalized experience and can find the right shoes for what you need. Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown. With you every step of the way.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Our West Marshall preview tonight, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Broasted Chicken in State Center. Open Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Well, West Marshall 2-5 on the season. Union is 1-6 as Union travels to State Center to take on the Trojans here tonight. In this matchup, historically, West Marshall is 2-0. Coming into this one for the West Marshall Trojans, just with those 2 wins on the season, they're looking to get things going against a 1-win Union team. Union led by quarterback Caden Sorensen, 5 touchdown passes, but he's thrown 5 interceptions. As a team, Union has thrown 7 interceptions so far this year. They've ran it for 1,000 yards on the ground, though. Leading rusher for Union coming into this one, Levi Hadachek, 210 yards on the ground. Meanwhile, for West Marshall, they've been, running the ball consistently. Not quite as good as what we've seen in the past, but Ben Gonzalez, no slouch this year for the junior running back, 623 yards, 8 touchdowns so far this year.
earlier. Carson Davis, the quarterback, the senior, 340 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. He's still looking for his first passing touchdown. Dylan, I think he gets that here tonight against Union. They'll run the rock. The defense looking to make some plays. They've intercepted teams 5 times. They've got a quarterback on the other side for Union, which I mentioned has thrown those interceptions. Might see him get their 3rd win of the season for West Marshall tonight.
Yeah, it seems that the Trojans, they came out of the gates and they got punched in the mouth. If it be Nevada or whoever, they really struggled. But you've seen growth throughout, starting to look a little bit more like West Marshall. Even hung with PCM for quite a while until fading late. I like the chances, and that does not come easy for an East Marshall grad to say, but I think West Marshall does get their 3rd win of the year.
Nevada is top 5 in Class 3A. And a very good Cub team. I think they have a tough matchup tonight. Anyway, that is our West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching Bobcat Game Day live from Des Moines on KFJB-tv.
Bailey's Pizza and
on KFJB-tv.
Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken and West Marshall football have long been State Center traditions. And with all the changes in life, it seems like traditions are harder and harder to come by. While where you enjoy it might have changed, Bailey's commitment to delicious pizza and roasted chicken can still be found in every bite. Enjoy the local tradition of Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken. Open Wednesday and Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center, proud sponsors of West Marshall football.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
On KFJB-tv, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back to Albaugh Family Field here in Des Moines, Iowa, and we're getting ready for the East Marshall preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. East Marshall, the final game of the season, the 8-game march has now come to the home stretch, and the East Marshall Mustangs are hoping to grab their 2nd win of the season against another Pirates team, the landlocked Pirates of Alburnett. That's quite a good Pirate.
You're welcome.
But Alburnett
I learned from Todd. I don't know if you know this about the Todd father, but Talk Like a Pirate Day was like, I don't know, about a month ago. Anyway, a long time ago when he was doing the morning show, he pulled up to Hardee's and talked and ordered breakfast from the guy and made the guy at the window talk like a pirate. Here's your order, matey. It was pretty good.
That's fantastic. And fun thing, to
we got
our right.
Thumbs up from Todd.
To our right, we see Coach Bohan actually rocking an eye patch like a pirate. Fantastic. But Alburnett is coming off a 35-0 win, or loss actually, to Grundy Center. It's no shame to lose to Grundy Center. But East Marshall has struggled as well. Yes, Alburnett lost 35-0, but the last 2 weeks, the East Marshall Mustangs have had 99 problems, and they're called points. And they have not had a problem called an offensive touchdown. They have been blanked 0-99 over the last couple of weeks.
You really put some thought into your preview tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, it came together. When Jay-Z is on the tip of the tongue, I will write it down. See, it says Jay-Z reference. For the Mustangs to win, they need to find the end zone and also be able to lock down. Alburnett doesn't score a ton of points, but when they go to the air, it's definitely Jet Buckers to his favorite target, Braden Olson, who has 32 catches and 4 touchdowns. Big uphill climb. Will Alburnett get their 3rd win? Will the East Marshall Mustangs get a 2nd win? East Marshall's going to have to show some fight and show that they can get 6 on the end of drives. So this has been Bobcat Game Day Live from Mediacom Stadium on KFJB-tv. Coming up next is the countdown to kickoff.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing and getting it to him. Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
This is the Countdown to Kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Week number 8 as the Bobcats, Railsplitters, getting ready to go inside Mediacom Stadium on All-Ball Family Field. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me tonight as we get you ready and set to go between Lincoln and Marshalltown tonight here in Des Moines. Well, Dylan, both these teams facing, like we mentioned earlier, some injury adversity. The biggest one for the Bobcats, though, without Trayshawn Brooks, one of the best players in the state of Iowa, up there in all-purpose yards, a great return man, a great wide receiver, and a pretty good corner. I'll add that as well. So Bobcats without him, some other key pieces as well, and going to have to fight through that adversity on the road here tonight.
It's a big, big time and opportunity for number 15. Aiden Smitherman, the sophomore. Coaches rave about it. Teammates rave about his athleticism. He's new to the school district, but he's still a sophomore, so we haven't seen that translate so much onto the field in production.
Yeah.
So far, he does have a pick on the year late in the game, early in the season, but he's going to have to be able to sprinkle in, make some plays, but really you lock in senior Corey Smith, I think, is going to have to make up for a lot on the offensive side that you see Trey Brooks be able to do. He's not going to match it, but he's got to give us something there.
You know, it's postseason play for baseball right now, and the best thing for a team.
Our teams are not in it.
No, that's for sure. But the best thing for a baseball team is a good utility man.
Yep.
And I tell you what, the Bobcats have a really good utility man that I don't think we talk about enough, but Jacob Gudith started out the season at linebacker, is now on the defensive line. He started out at fullback. Now he's starting left tackle coming into this game here tonight. I don't know if you can ask for much more out of one guy right there as he fills in for Jackson Hinkle, who broke his collarbone last week.
Yeah, it is a mash unit on that offensive line. Max Reed, again, won't go, so the Bobcats had struggles with the snaps. So really, Jacob Gudith has had to be, he's almost like the guy who is putting a thumb in the hole in the boat, trying to just make sure that they can
stop the leak.
You need some
flex seal, man. I think that seals everything up.
Well, they say you can build a boat out of a screen door and flex seal. Right now, that's a little bit of our offensive line with injuries and the like. So if we can just get a roller of flex steel on there, we'll be all right here tonight.
We've got a lot coming up for you in our countdown to kickoff, including our Cat Connection and our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin. Coming up next, it's our scouting report. This is Bobcat Football on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org. The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Back in for tonight's Scouting Report on the Railsplitters, all presented by Century Plumbing. Dylan.
We know that Abraham Lincoln ran for elections, but Des Moines Lincoln runs the football. That is what they do. 2 years ago, we were down in Des Moines Lincoln. Lincoln ran for almost 400 yards, did not complete a pass, ran the ball for almost 400 yards en route to a 27-18 victory. They just ran all over the place.
And they turned the lights out.
They turned the lights out. We didn't have power. There was
guys dressing on the track.
There was people dressing on the track. So when they say Mediacom Stadium is beautiful, it's beautiful on its own. But when we reference back to that trip a couple years ago, it gets a whole lot prettier. But when you look at that last year, Marshalltown handily beat them 42-13. Lincoln was never in it, but this year there's a name we know, Leo Jones. Leo Jones has been on varsity for the last few years. He's their leading receiver, only 14 receptions because they don't throw it a lot, but on defense, 62.5 tackles.
That's impressive.
He's lived in the backfield. He's got a baker's dozen of tackles for loss, fumble recovery, and an interception. He does it all. But when you flip it over to the other side, they have 1,800 yards of rushing. 1,200 of those come from Javon Sanders. This kid is electric, has about 130 carries for 1,200 yards. And in those 1,200 yards, he's crossed the goal line 15 different times, almost 10 yards a clip and a ton of touchdowns. This kid is special.
That is for sure. The Bobcats with 1,400 yards of offense, and Sanders with, you mentioned, nearly 1,200. He's almost outdoing the Bobcats' entire offense.
Yeah, and that always seems to be the case.
They've played a pretty good schedule.
They are 3-4 on the year. Their wins are a little bit interesting. You know, we don't see Council Bluffs Lincoln. We don't see those type of teams. We won't see Des Moines North, who's down this year. We won't see Des Moines East. So they've got 3 wins there. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, there's one common opponent, and that's Ottumwa. Ottumwa is part of their real run of 3 in a row early in the year. One of those wins was 29-12 over the Railsplitters. Marshalltown took care of Ottumwa. But again, transitive property doesn't really work here. Bobcats are going to have to win it on the field, not just by what they did to Ottumwa.
That's our Scouting Report, all presented by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. This is the Countdown to Kickoff on KFJB-TV.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff right here on KFJB-TV. It is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam. It's number 5 for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Tate Ring with us. Tate, so far this season, your senior season, 284 rushing yards, a touchdown. Coming into this one here tonight against the Lincoln Railsplitters, I know you really had some really significant runs last year in this game. I look at a handoff you got right before halftime, and we were just thinking, going to run
run out the time, and boom, you hit it for a touchdown.
Yeah, nobody knows me and Dalen made a bet right there. Nobody knows that right there.
All right, so what was the bet?
Oh, he said, if you score right here, I'll buy you anything you want. And I said, bet, and I took it to the crib.
All right, so what'd you buy?
I ain't getting nothing. I ain't getting nothing.
Still
Maybe
waiting.
just some snacks.
All right. Still waiting for the gift, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're looking forward to this matchup, knowing you might be able to get some of those yards in this one. The big plays this year, maybe not there at times, kind of working with a younger offensive line. How do you kind of keep them going and keep them motivated and focused on the task at hand?
Well, I know they are young guys, as you said, so I know they do. They're just trying to step up, and I know as a senior, I just got to be there to lead them and just help them with whatever they need to do and just keep lifting them up at all times.
Yeah, that's for sure. As you look at this one, the big plays, you guys want to limit the big plays, but what do you think you're going to be able to be successful to get some of those, those home runs that you can, take in for the score?
Well, so if we could just execute like on our old line, just execute, I feel we can run the ball down like their throats all game, and our passing game should be good. If we could just set everything, execute everything to perfection, we should come out with the win.
What's it like to go into a new facility like this at Mediacom Stadium? Because it looks really nice, that's for sure.
It's all a couple pieces. It just feels good. Well, we can't just think of like the lights and the stuff. We just got to go out there and play our game, do what we got to do. It doesn't matter where we're playing. We could be in the backyard. Still got to play.
Yep, that is for sure. Of course, the Railsplitters are the opponent here tonight. As you look at your season, you've got some returns. You're averaging right around 29 yards per return. We've seen some good ones where you kind of reverse the field, able to get some big chunk plays. How important is the special teams aspect to your job? Obviously, we know you like to run the ball, but special teams is a big avenue too, right?
Yeah, because it feels like I can see the whole field from the back, and I love being in space. Like, if I'm in space, I got to make a person miss. So.
Yeah. As you guys have gone through the season, you've had to work with a few different quarterbacks, Jacob Hayes, Xavier Anderson. How important is that relationship with a running back and their quarterback?
Well, I feel it's important because, like, you taking all your handoffs from that QB, and that QB is giving the ball to you, so I feel I should have to have my trust in them to give me the ball, and they should have their full trust in me to be able to take the ball from them and do something with it.
Yeah. This season, you've been nicked up time to time and just keep working. You're just always keep grinding out there each and every week. How do you kind of prepare yourself as an athlete to go through the adversity throughout the year? Because, as you know, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be how you kind of dreamed it up, but you got to make the best of it.
Well, me, like, I give myself till like Saturday night to think on the game we just had, and then that's it. I'm on to the next week, and then I start on Monday. I get my mind prepared for Friday on Monday.
Yeah. Your senior season, what other things are you involved in?
Oh, I'm going to run track, and then I'm thinking about wrestling or basketball.
Okay, all right. Sport. Well, I know Coach Apple out there on the hardwood could use your speed.
Yeah. For defense, I'll be out there for defense.
Spoken like a true wrestler. I've never seen a wrestler with a good shot, but maybe he plays some good defense out there as well, too. So, hey, best of luck. Thanks for the time. All right, that's Tate Ring, number 5 for the Marshalltown Bobcats and our Cat Connection here on KFJB-tv.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Hi, this is Austin Elam with the Elam Agency. Give us a call, 641-691-3899.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff right here on KFJB-tv. It is our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling in Marshalltown. Well, Coach, coming off a loss last week to your rival in Ames, 48-14, as you kind of look at that one, obviously they wanted to ground and pound. They're not a prolific team through the air. You're going to face another team this week that really likes to tote the rock. How do you kind of look and assess your team coming into this week as you guys try to continue to get better and make those plays up front on the defensive end?
That's a big message that we've been sending our guys, and it started on Monday, was, it's going to be a physical game, this week again.
Mm-hmm.
We just had one last Friday where, quite frankly, Ames was quite a bit bigger than us and really took it to us. So hopefully we're able to learn from that and understand the importance of leverage and how important it is. We don't want to get out ahead of ourselves too far, but the weight room. It's going to be another dogfight this Friday, and we've had a solid week of practice, so our kids are going to be ready.
Yeah. I know you guys have struggled in the red zone. We haven't talked about you being in the red zone a whole lot this year, and then you guys got there last week, had an interception in the red zone. Is that part of a young team growing, is realizing not only, one, to get it to the red zone, but also like the efficiency of being able to score and actually put one in the end zone?
Yeah, and I know you hear me say it a lot, is repetitions. And, Jacob came off the sideline there, and, I don't mind the read by any means whatsoever. And I went up to him, I said, hey, where's that ball need to be? And he knew the answer. It needs to be outside shoulder where only Corey could have gotten that, and it wasn't. It stayed inside, and with time, he's going to put it in the right place. So, and then the fact that he understands mentally that his mistake was is huge.
What's the value in the lesson learned there? Because I'm sure, especially for a sophomore signal caller, I mean, it's every week you're learning a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, it's fast. It's really fast right now. It's but the thing that we've got going for us is he is a smart kid. So it's going to start coming together for him, and it's going to come to the point where he's able to play fast and think a little bit slower.
This year, you've faced a lot of different dynamic offenses and also some different defensive lineups as well. You look at Ames last week, they wanted to run it. You look at Davenport North, they wanted to spread it out. You've seen that a couple times. That really, I'm sure, not only for the upperclassmen, but the younger classmen, underclassmen as well, those learning lessons of just facing those different styles of offense and defense, I'm sure, is big too.
Yeah, especially up front, when you get those different looks, and you go from a 4-front one week to an odd front the next week, and then maybe some week you don't know what you're going to see, maybe a combo of both. And we rep that a lot at practice, and the kids are getting used to that and getting better with that every single day. So we're getting there. We're getting there, and we're young up front, so hopefully we can see the benefits of taking reps against those different fronts in the future.
I was reading something this week about Brett Venables, the head coach for Oklahoma. He's a scout team quarterback, and I found out just now that you're the scout team quarterback as well too. How much do you think that kind of helps get your guys ready to go? Because I mean, that scout team, we've talked about a little bit, just the significance of challenging those starters.
Yeah, I think the number one reason why I try to step in there is to keep Jacob healthy. We've got some other guys that can do it, but they're rotating in. So, try to give them the best look we can. I'm getting older, so it's not not as good as it used to be. But
do you have the yellow non-contact jersey on?
No, they can hit me. They've done it. I've been hit and all that. But it's a fun time, and it's easier, to keep things rolling at a good pace, good tempo as well. So.
Yeah. Hey, the opponent tonight is the Railsplitters in Des Moines. We'll preview this game coming up right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-tv.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff, our pregame chat with Coach Goodvin, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. All right, so your opponent tonight, 3-4, the Lincoln Railsplitters. This was a game you got in homecoming last year. I talked to Tate just a little bit ago. He hit that home run play that you took in. It was a great feeling at that point in time. You guys got the victory. How do you go down there on the road here tonight? A new facility, Mediacom Stadium, and really shut down a rushing attack. They have over 1,700 yards on the season.
Yeah, credit to them. They don't do a whole lot offensively. They are who they are, I guess. They line up in that tight end wing set with twin receivers away, and then they run a lot of buck sweep and what they call belly. It's more of a trap lead look, but they stick with that, and they've got a really talented running back that's going to be a challenge for us to bring down consistently. But we feel like we've got a good game plan on that side of the football, and like I told you earlier, it's going to be a physical game, and we've got to continue to bring it every play.
Their quarterback is a junior, Jackson Lamb, 621 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. What did you kind of really see from him that stands out for his ability to kind of lead this offense? It kind of seems like he's kind of that game manager, I guess, is what you would say a little bit.
Yeah. I think it looks like that on paper for sure. I think what they're doing offensively really fits what his skill set is as a quarterback. They do some really good play actions and, some quick hitters to, they got a really talented tight end. He's the Leo Jones kid, who's also their Mike linebacker, and they get him the ball quite a bit. I know they're pretty beat up on the outside, so a couple of those receivers are out. But if we can contain 41 on both sides of the football, we really like our chances.
It seems like limiting that big run. You guys had a couple big runs last year in this game and were able to win it. Going against them here, I'm sure you got to limit that big play, but you also want your own big play. How do you kind of manage that side of the game?
Yeah, we got to finish plays. We like our game plan on the offensive side offensive side as well. They have a little different, little unique. Bit of a unique front that we haven't seen all year, and again, we like our game plan, and it's a matter of our offensive line finishing plays and our running backs seeing holes and making cuts when they see them. So bringing the energy and doing that consistently all night is going to be big.
Being able to force turnovers as well, 4 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries this season. How do you add to that here tonight to get under their skin?
Yeah, got to fly around. I've said it a lot to you this year. It's all 11 guys pursuing to the football and swarming to it. We've done the double whistle thing at practice, and our kids' energy brings their energy up, and time to go show it on Friday.
Last question for you, Coach. I know that you're battling a few injuries without Trayshawn Brooks here tonight, correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right. And, of course, some injuries otherwise. Other than that, I know you're without Jackson Hinkle as well.
Yeah, we had some bumps and bruises, typical things last Friday. But, yeah, Trey's out. We're hoping it's nothing too serious. He hasn't had an official MRI or anything like that yet, but he's walking on it, so that's positive. Jackson unfortunately did break his collarbone, but the way he handled that was pretty impressive. He was just like kind of like I'm a little uncomfortable. He got his shoulder pads off and everything like that. So he's bummed, but he's a young kid. He's got opportunities ahead of him.
Yeah, definitely one of the tough guys down there on the offensive line.
Yeah, he definitely is.
All right, thanks for the time, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right, that is head coach Adam Goodvin for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Our pregame chat all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. Starting lineups next right here on the Countdown to Kickoff on KFJB-tv.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Welcome back to Mediacom Stadium. It is the Railsplitters and the Bobcats coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Does alongside me. Great to have you tuned in to our coverage from Des Moines. Let's get tonight's starting lineups, which all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. Lincoln Railsplitters 3-4 behind head coach Dwayne Mathis as a 45-18 loss to Sioux City East last week. He wants to limit the big plays. He wants his offense to make the big plays as we take a look at the Railsplitters offense first. Javon Sanders, we already talked about him. 1,194 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns. He accounts for 15 of the 20 touchdowns this year for the Lincoln Railsplitters. Jackson Lamb, the quarterback there. Harry Sturr is the wingback. He's filling in for Aaron Guerrero and Blake Butters. Those two guys are questionable for tonight. Jackson Senecut and Charlie Fucalaro are the wide receivers. Leo Jones there at tight end. He's the big play at the tight end spot. As you look at the offensive line, Champeau, Clark, Rifley, Parachel, and also Sirleaf across the line. Defensive side of things for the Lincoln Railsplitters, Daniel Sakima, leader in 5A in sacks coming out of the gate here tonight. 8 sacks, 21 total tackles. Keep an eye on him on the defensive line. Plus, you always got to keep an eye out for a guy named Denver Longden, a fumble recovery, 20.5 total tackles coming in. He's in that kind of star position. And then you look at the corners, Sturr and Demarius Parker, but it's Leo Jones, Damani Wesley, and Kyler Pedatory. And those are the linebackers, and a pretty good crew right there at linebacker.
Yeah, and you look at those, they've always had a good linebacking crew. Can the Bobcats, with that offensive line issue, can they hold up, or is the Lincoln Railsplitters going to split the Bobcats' dreams?
All right, Bobcat offense, let's look at that here tonight. It'll be Jacob Hayes at quarterback, number 12, 7 of 17 last week, 83 yards and a touchdown. Quietly having a pretty good second half of the season, 5 touchdown passes now on the year, 3 interceptions. Tate Ring, explosive in this game a year ago, 73 yards and a touchdown on 2 carries, one right before halftime. We talked about it there in our Cat Connection. Aiden Smitherman will start for out tonight. Trayshawn Brooks, as a senior wide receiver, injured last week. Corey Smith is the other wide receiver. Caleb Kuzero, the wingback. He's a favorite target of Jacob Hayes out of the backfield. Davis Ragland at fullback. It's Gudith at left tackle. Narvaez is at left guard. Eaton is at center. Caden Ainsworth is at right guard. Tyrell French at right tackle. On the defensive side of things for the Marshalltown Bobcats, 1-6. As trying to break a 2-game losing streak here tonight. It's Anderson, Ragland, and Wise at linebacker. Lincoln Barker, Johan Gomez at defensive end. They both had a really nice week last week, both over 7 total tackles in that game in a loss to the Ames Little Cyclones. That's the starting lineups tonight, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Kickoff from Des Moines and Mediacom Stadium is next right here on KFJB-tv.
There's a city within a city not far from here. This city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
As the saying goes, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
He's got a little bit of a seam, gets outside the hash marks at the 40, 50, he might go all the way, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tate Ring.
Now you may be asking, what's the new beginning really look like?
Up next, rolls out inside passing, and it's picked. Trayshawn Brooks has it at the 10, he's going to bring it back.
It looks like this.
Season is flying by. Week number 8 for the Marshalltown Bobcats in the Des Moines Metro from Mediacom Stadium on Albaugh Family Field. It is Bobcat football on KFJB-tv. For Dylan Doze, I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us on your Football Friday night. We know it's rainy back home, but here in Des Moines, and a little front around the low pressure has moved through, and we are just about ready to get things kicked off here tonight in week number 8. Both teams looking to bring it end to a 2-game losing streak. The Bobcats off a loss against Ames last week, looking to reverse that and looking to get things going with a few backups in some key positions. Of course, we mentioned Trayshawn Brooks out tonight. Aiden Smitherman, we hope to see him step up, make an impact. New position for Jacob Gudis. So, all those different things all over the field. We'll see early on how they will handle that as the offense will take the field to begin the night.
Yeah, it's everybody's in different positions, but it still comes down to the same thing. Just do your job. Football, more so than any other sport, is you just have to do the job in front of you. It's 11 men doing their job, and then a play coming out of that. Bobcats have a great chance to get a good taste in their mouth here tonight in Des Moines.
Kickoff presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group of Marshalltown, your home team advantage. Tate Ring is back to return for the Marshalltown Bobcats. This will go on offense. First year tonight, averaging nearly 29 yards a return. We are underway on the far side of the field. Kuzaro almost slips as he struggles to pick it up at the 15, breaks a tackle, and finally he's finished off shy of the 20-yard line on the far side of the field as the Bobcats will go from south to north here at Mediacom Stadium.
Yeah, that ball was a sidewinder off the foot, almost acted like a onside kick.
And the rain now starting to fall. As we just said, not raining here in the Des Moines Metro.
Nice work, Brandon.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Sorry about that to Keith, our camera guy on the sideline. Probably getting a little bit wet now. All right, here we go. 11:53, just 7 seconds gone after that kickoff handoff. Tate Ring on right side. He breaks around at the numbers. He is gone. 40, 50. Tate Ring looking for the touchdown. It will be his second of the season, and it's a huge touchdown to begin the game.
At home, we call that the Tutty Parade. Tate Ring is the Grand Marshal of the Tutty Parade. He came through, great hole broken open by the right side of the line, and Tate put on the afterburners. Rain be darned, and he was gone to the house. Big play for the Bobcats. Here you see it. Right side, Tate just gets a great crash-in block, and then he's gone. High steps there about the 30, and there's nobody in a Lincoln Railsplitters uniform that's going to catch him.
82-yard touchdown run for Tate Ring. Luis Moines is on for the PAT. It is just wide right and no good, and it's 6-0. Cats strike first on the road in Des Moines on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Quick strike for the Marshalltown Bobcats. I had written down, Dylan, only 2 rushing touchdowns this year for the Marshalltown Bobcats. And I don't know if that was good luck or an omen to what was going to happen here tonight. But Tate Ring shot out of a cannon on the far side of the field, and 82 yards later in the end zone. He talked about it on the Cat Connection. He wanted to get some of those big plays, and he delivered here tonight. Moines with the 5-Star Real Estate Group kickoff into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback for Luis Moines, as that is his 5th of the season. All right, let's get tonight keys to the game. I'm sure a big home run has to be in there, right, Dylan?
Yeah, I said 1 + 3 equals 4 the win. What I meant by that is Bobcats have to get yards on first down. They got 82 yards there. And then the 3, they have got to get off the field on third down. They've given up some big plays defensively on third and long situations. And then Railsplitters, it's prime Des Moines edition. Deion Sanders is in Colorado, but Javon Sanders is right here in Des Moines. He's a player.
And Sanders will get the handoff on first down, and Ragland had him for a moment, but breaks out of it, and boy, he is one tough guy to bring down as he keeps those legs moving over the 25-yard line, and it is going to be a 7-yard gain on first down off the left tackle there. Javon Sanders has nearly 1,200 rushing yards coming into this one, 15 touchdowns for number 2, and, you know, he's got another year that he's going to come back. He's just a junior, and he might be playing on Saturdays at probably not just a D2 level. He just, from what I've seen and remembering last year as a sophomore, he's got that big play explosiveness that you love to see. He carries some Bobcats on his back here, and he's got the first down. So 2 carries and 10 yards to his name as he's up to the 31-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Railsplitters with 10:50 and counting first quarter.
He's got some size, but he's also got some wiggle. You look there a little bit. He runs a little kind of high. He runs almost Felix Jones from Arkansas and then Dallas years ago. Runs pretty high, tall back, but he's a problem.
Quarterback Jackson Lamb stands in the backfield. He will look to go to the air, and it's way over Leo Jones's head. The talented tight end, the senior, 14 receptions, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns coming into this one. That'll bring up second down and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And you can see right there trying to use the run to set up the pass, but I think the execution of that play shows you why. 1,800 yards on the ground, 600 in the air. They're just a run-first team.
Lincoln breaks the huddle. Got those dark black uniforms on here tonight with the gold and the dark maroon. Here at Mediacom Stadium, Sanders gets a handoff around left tackle. He'll go. He has some blocking. Stiff arms of Bobcats. Keeps going up towards midfield and finally pushed out into the Bobcats sideline as Sanders gets up and runs back to the huddle with his pink socks on. And another big run for Sanders as Coach knew it. You got to shut that guy down, and so far he's looking pretty good on the first drive for Lincoln.
He just does not go down on first contact. He is a person that absolutely gets bumped off at least 3 or 4 tackles there and was able to pick up that first.
Bobcats on defense with 4 down linemen here, showing some pressure. Xavier Anderson is going to get into the backfield, and the Bobcats are going to eat it up, and yes, only a 1-yard gain. Get excited about that. Owen Eaton, the first man to break there in the backfield and come up and make the tackle, as well as Jacob Gudith in the backfield.
Yeah, and that was a great job. Lincoln Barker, as you said, was first, but what I loved is Owen Eaton and Gomez made sure to hop on too. You get the whole down 4 linemen there just to rally to the ball. That's the way we're going to have to bring down Sanders, because he does not go down no matter how big you are one-on-one.
Still in the shotgun formation for Jackson Lamb. He'll hand it off to Sanders. Sweep to the far side of the field. Try to get around the edge. Nick Wise tries to hang on for dear life, but slides off Sanders at the 45-yard line, and he's near first down territory on 2nd and 9. That's nearly an 8-yard gain. And a big run right there for Sanders, because it's a much more manageable situation here on 3rd and 1, as the ball now resting on the 42-yard line in Bobcat territory.
Sanders is going to get a break here, but they love to run that counter play to the left side where they go behind Champeau, Clark, and Jones over there.
2 wide receivers set to the near side. And off to the backup running back, and he's got the first down to the 40-yard line. Coming in there, it's Damani Wesley. And Damani Wesley did not play all season, and their broadcaster was joking with Coach Dwayne Mathis this week about where you've been hiding this guy, because no stats coming into last week. He ran for 30 yards, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns over in Sioux City. It was his first game of the season as a sophomore, and right there he picks up 2 to pick up the first down.
I'd take that for a first time out.
That is a pretty good performance on your first game of the season. He'll get the handoff, the sweep play, and it's really not a whole lot of guessing what they do as they run it to the far side of the field. They are really testing that side of the Bobcat defensive line, especially as the Bobcats flow in, make the tackle, but not until 8 yards is gained on the ground by Wesley.
Yeah, Rogelio Sarin tried to earn his PBA status, rode that bull out of bounds for about 4 seconds there. When you look
as a sophomore, 5'10", 230. I mean, he is Jerome Bettis in the making.
Yeah, he's a big brute. He's number 45 for Old Chief fans. Christian Okoye's number kind of runs the same way.
Yeah, Okoye gets the handoff here, but Gomez. Oh, the ball comes out. Nick Wise is going to pick it up, and oh my gosh, they called him down. You have got to be kidding me. I don't know if that was forward progression loss, but boy, you do not blow the whistle that quickly.
Did they blow the play dead?
If so, it'd be second down.
I'm here. You see, and
I don't know what's going on there.
It's third down, but it's back at.
I thought it should be second and 2.
Huh.
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe somebody's knee was down initially. Here's Sanders on a sweep play to the far side. He's got the first down at the 30, and he's outside the numbers and pushed out of bounds inside the 20. And they're going to mark him down at the 16-yard line. Boy, I don't know what happened right there. We're kind of tough. We cannot open our windows here, so we're kind of a little bit locked in as far as being able to hear calls on the field. But, boy, I tell you what, bring up 3rd and 2. That was way manageable.
And one of the things on that far side, Rogelio Saren's going to have to set that edge. He almost had Sanders leak down the sideline. You have to be able to set that edge, otherwise go right up the sideline.
First down and 10 as they get inside the Bobcat red zone and throw out in the flat to Leo Jones, the tight end. He's going to make the catch at the 10-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 6. It'll bring up second down and 4. Ball now resting near the near side hash as they move it deeper into Bobcat territory at the 10-yard line. Bobcats up on top 6-0 with 7.5 minutes to go inside Mediacom Stadium. Beautiful venue. Still some light rain falling here as the players before the game were slipping a lot, and Coach Goodvin was down there telling his guys, you're going to have to get ready for this here tonight. Be ready that you might slip here tonight. In the pistol formation, Wesley is the back of the backfield on the left side of the Bobcats on 2nd and 4. Jump off side. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line as Lincoln will get the Bobcats to jump off. And I think Ignacio Macias, who's the man to jump off the field right now, was the man to jump off side for the Bobcats.
Nice to see Nacho back out there in the middle of that defensive line, even with the mistake. But, yeah, Bobcats, that's happened quite a few times. A hard count, they'll jump off.
2 wide receivers sent to the far side. Wesley gets the handoff. He's going to plow ahead for a couple of yards, and the Bobcats make contact and push him back as Sam Griesel is in there to help make the tackle eventually. And then a little bit of pushing late, and coming away, Hassan Sirleaf. The right tackle was the man mixing it up a little bit there with the Bobcats. No flags thrown, but it is a 2-yard gain, 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Ball on the near side hash for the maroon and gold, the Railsplitters.
Fun fact, before Charles became king, he was just known as Hassan Leaf.
Well, I don't know where you come up with this stuff. Wesley is the back. He'll get the handoff again. Hit in the backfield. Johan Gomez has a piece of him, and he fights out of it down to the 2-yard line. Ball came out late as the Bobcats say they have it. Sarin is pointing, and the Bobcats have it as get up out of the pile with the football. I did not see if that was it Ragland who had that ball?
I was looking at
I could not see who came out of that.
Coming out.
Yeah, he was the most excited right there. But, boy, a turnover at the 2-yard line, fumble by Damani Wesley.
And that's his second fumble. I know the first one didn't count, but he's put the –
I'd still like some clarification on what happened there. That was odd because Nick Wise was going to the house.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Tate Ring takes one to the house again. He did on the opening drive at 82-yard touchdown run, and he'll get the handoff, go off of right tackle. He's up to the 10-yard line, so a good run by Tate Ring, a gain of 6. That'll ruin the average, though, right there, Dylan.
Yeah, he went from 82 yards now to 44. His parents must be so frustrated. Here you see the handoff, just great first down. This just puts everything. He got about 7 yards on that. Those positive plays, those big plays on first down are so essential for this Bobcat offense.
Hayes calls for it. He'll hand it off again to Tate Ring. Puts it in his gut. Spin move by Tate up at the 12-yard line and push back. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. So a good game for Tate Ring. Bring it up a manageable 3rd down and 1 yard to go for the Bobcats as they are deep in Railsplitter territory.
Yeah, Tate almost went like a dreidel, got ripped around the shoulder pads and spun.
5:15 and counting. First quarter, Bobcats up 6-0 on the road in Des Moines tonight. Light rain here at Mediacom Stadium. Bobcats break the huddle. Corey Smith on the top side of your screen. Aiden Smitherman on the bottom side. Pack it in tight as, big quarterback like Hayes has got to get low. He picked up the first down. I think he got 1 yard, but then blown up. You got to, when you are young like that, you always kind of just, you got to get down. You got to put that shoulder down a little bit more. If you're 6'1", 175, get down there, but he got blown up and pushed back.
And Jacob's probably about 6'2", 6'3", but yeah, we've talked about that multiple times this year. He runs just so tall, and when you're that tall, a lot of surface area to get hit.
Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, 6-0. Bobcats on top of the rails. Pistol formation for the Cats. Xavier Anderson is in at running back. Hard count. Look like Hayes maybe trying to get a little bit of free yardage right there. Ragland comes in motion, and they'll go to that motion side. Xavier Anderson gets a handoff, and boom, he shot out of a cannon and tripped up just at the last moment after picking up 12 yards. And Lincoln just about gave up their second big rushing touchdown of the game, but if it weren't for Harry Sturr coming in and making the shoestring tackle.
You love that they went heavy on that side and became 5 blockers on 4. If Xavier could have made his cut a yard earlier, he's ringing the bell for a house call. Great job by that right side of the line. They have just been punishing the Lincoln Railsplitters.
There's a reason the Railsplitters, all of their corners pretty much have 20 tackles, so they're heavily involved at that second level, although they will eat up Xavier Anderson in the backfield on this play, and this will be a loss of 3 or 4 yards. Good job getting in the backfield. That's Wesley, the middle linebacker, who made first contact.
See, and just right away pull. You see Michael Narvaez pulling there, and when he pulled, all of Lincoln Railsplitters went right into the backfield.
Ball at the 22-yard line, 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats as they break the huddle. Aiden Smitherman on the bottom side of your screen. Just 1 reception, 5 yards, filling in for number 3. There's a false start on the Bobcats. They're going to let the play go, and it's caught by Corey Smith up at the 50, brought down at the 40. Maybe not. Maybe it is a penalty on Lincoln, possibly offside. They let the play go. Yep. But we'll see what the yellow on the field is. It stands to be about nearly a 35, almost 40-yard play to pick up the first down.
Yeah, you see here able to
false start coming
It's
back.
going to be a false start. You would love to see offsetting penalties because you see the pull of the jersey right there. Harry Sturr definitely pulled on Corey's jersey, so the difference is Bobcats get penalized instead of, if it would have, of course, been offsetting penalties, it would have just been a replay of a down.
The halfback pass is the first play of the game against Ottumwa that the Bobcats tried and were successful completing it for a huge touchdown pass and tried their luck again right there. They hit it last time for 77 yards. That one was nearly 40.
Yeah, and then what we definitely saw, the freshman team pulled out the Ottumwa playbook against Waterloo
they
West.
Did.
We saw the remix. And
hook and ladder.
It worked there as well.
Bobcats back at the inside the 20-yard line at about the 17-yard line, running right side. Bobcats still blocking downfield, but the running back is already tackled in the backfield. Maybe saying they got back to the line of scrimmage right there, but unfortunately, Xavier Anderson could not pick up a whole lot. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 19 yards to go. Ball at the 17.
That's a really tough call on 2nd and 18, 19. And especially when we look at it, you want to say, hey, be safe. We can punt it away. The Bobcats have been absolutely as rough as the run blocking has been. A close second to the roughest thing of this year is the punt team. Just being able to get those snaps, those clean snaps. So the Bobcats need to be able to pick up some yards here to set up the punt.
Do have an injured Railsplitter down on the field. We'll step aside with 2:45 in the opening quarter on KFJB-TV. Pass quickly to Corey Smith. Breaks the tackle at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bobcats. Second touchdown of the night. Ben Emke was the injured player for the Lincoln Railsplitters as he hobbles off. Looks like he may be injured an ankle. Welcome back to Mediacom Stadium, a rainy night. Third down and 18. Here comes a screen play. Xavier Anderson has blockers in front of him, makes a cut. He's at the 30, spins off of tackles, breaking other tackles. First down, Bobcats on 3rd and 18. Xavier Anderson putting the team on his back. A gain of 19 and move the chains.
What a formula. Great play call. Jacob took care of 10, and then you see Xavier Anderson. Actually, Jacob made up for 3, and then Xavier Anderson won a great block, Owen Eaton. And there you go, spins out of 3 tackles, and then just leg day pays off for the first down.
What have you been doing all week? Have you been getting extra rest?
No. This is the busiest I've been in a long time.
You need to be busy like this again. There goes Jacob Hayes off the right side, and he's going to run out there past the 40-yard line, up to the 43-yard line, and a flag is going to come in. Wesley, the linebacker, got into it with Xavier Anderson. And I know Wesley's a big guy, but Xavier Anderson's the last guy I want to be picking a fight with on the Bobcats.
Xavier's
I mean, he's gone to Wells Fargo Arena as a state wrestler. Personal foul, Bobcats. It must be on Xavier Anderson.
Hot dang.
So 15-yard penalty on 2nd down and about 4. So the penalty will move it back to about 2nd down and 20 then, because that was after the play.
Well, we got a first down at this down and distance before, so let's just see if we can.
I don't know if the success rate is quite that high to continually do that all night. But it is still only 2nd down here, Dylan.
Bobcats, by their formation, were trying to make it a 10-yard penalty, but made sure the black and white made sure that it was the full 15.
So it is 2nd down for the Bobcats. Ball back inside at the 28-yard line. Tate Ring run to the near side. He's going to get off the edge. Got a block momentarily from Corey Smith. There's a horse collar tackle that the official missed right there on the near side. As brought down from behind. And that will bring up 3rd down and a gain of 2 yards. So 3rd down and 17.
You see Tate trying to get out there. Corey Smith had initially engaged that block with the left corner, but able to come back down. You see, looks like it was up on the shoulder pad.
Okay.
Didn't get caught up in the back of the jersey because he was staring right at it. It looked more egregious from up here.
1:44 to go in the opening quarter. It's 6-0 Bobcats on top after the Railsplitters just fumbled on their last drive. And comes in motion. I think there was 2 men in motion possibly. It'll be a false start for the Bobcats as Johan Gomez got going, but I don't think somebody else was quite set. I'm not sure if that was Lincoln Barker. But anyway, that is one that kind of falls on the quarterback a little bit to make sure everybody is kind of going. But obviously as a sophomore, there's a lot to worry about. And then you're thinking, oh, gosh, 2nd and 3rd forever, that kind of situations.
Well, you're looking at Johan Gomez's 4th game of the year. We already talked about Jacob Gudith is moving all around the line after starting at fullback this year. There's just a lot of people in different places on this team.
Yeah, Caden Aidsworth has played, I think, right tackle, left guard, right guard he's at tonight. Owen Eaton's played around. I think Michael Narvaez is the only guy who stayed at the same place at left guard pretty much almost all season.
And Tyrell French has played tackle quite a bit, but you're right.
He's moved to center last week.
Yeah, Michael Narvaez, he has guarded his position of guard.
What's that game where you flip the card over and you got to match up the 2 cards with each other?
The match game?
Yeah. That's what you're looking for out here. You're wondering, like, what guy is over here?
Yeah.
You can have your jokes, but I can't have mine, apparently. Yeah.
4 years together, you start finishing each other's sentences. Oh, gosh.
3rd down and 22 for the Bobcats on the near side hash at the 25-yard line in Lincoln Railsplitter territory. Cats looking to go 2-6 with a victory here tonight. And they have Valley next week at home. What are we doing here?
Trading recipes, I think.
Resetting the clock, I've been told. And I think it just got reset, 138. I think it was at 134, 132. Yeah. So I think we're good to go, hopefully. But while we do that, we would like to get you a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Thanks to Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the radio studios.
Hey, Brooksy, real quick update. Dowling up on Southeast Polk 7-0. Ames Sioux City East tied at 7. West Marshall up on Union 7-0.
Roll out right side. Hayes does a good job almost throws an interception as he was looking to Corey Smith. I was going to say he did a good job to evade the pressure by Wesley, the linebacker, who was shooting in off the edge, but almost threw an interception right there, but luckily it falls harmlessly incomplete, and here comes the special teams unit as it looks like Johan Gomez will be out to punt it away.
He struggled mightily with punting into the wind last week. He has such a huge leg, but when it got up in about 2,000, 3,000 feet of elevation, that wind just held it up and pushed it back.
Gomez averaging 29 yards per punt. It should be nearly 35 or 40. But, yeah, with a few of those bad punts, that's really brought his average down. This one's going to increase his average as it hits at the 40, going all the way down to the 32-yard line. We do have a flag down on the field. And was this running into the punter or?
I think it's going to be – we see 2 flags.
We do
one on
see
each
2
side
flags,
of the field.
See the replay here as his snap back to Johan Gomez. He's got that punt away and couldn't see what happened on that backside there. I'm not sure if it's holding. Kind of looks like they're giving holding as the initial call.
Illegal
formation.
Yeah. Well, that's
and holding. So don't rule.
They get a pick.
A twofer.
They get a pick. Which one they want? I assume
that was down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, so you look at that.
Huge
that ended
punt.
up being a 43-yard net punt, and Bobcats have to do it all over again. It does see Johan's he's gotten a couple clean punts out this year. How many yards are they taking? That can't be right.
They were at the 20.
And now they're moving back. They don't.
Yeah. I don't know what's.
Well, the football actually never moved that far.
Yeah, the football was at the 15, so I don't know if.
Just everybody kept on moving. Johan got it off the side of the foot last time. Look for a clean punt.
Gomez with 2 protectors back there. And it's a high snap. Gomez brings it down, gets it away. And that's going to be a line drive caught at midfield. And the return man in Sanders is going to Demarius Parker gets back to the inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. So it's a return of about 11 yards right there, and a good decision for Demarius Parker to bring that one back on the punt side of things.
That has been our absolute bugaboo. That is a lollipop snapback. There's no speed and it just hangs up. Johan does a great job of getting the low liner out to evade the block.
1:10 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Bobcats on top behind a Tate Ring touchdown run. Sanders gets a handoff and runs right into Ragland. It is a 3-yard pickup as Davis Ragland coming off the game. 4 total tackles and an interception return for a touchdown. About a 48-yard touchdown for him on the defensive side of things, as he's been very good this year. Leads the Bobcats in tackles, 33.5 total tackles, and a half sack coming into this one here tonight. 2nd down and 7, ball at the 36. And comes in motion for the Railsplitters. Sanders gets the handoff, sidesteps a Bobcat, comes out to the near side. Xavier Anderson does a nice job to tie him up, but we have a flag back at the 35-yard line. I believe it might be holding on the backside of the play. This one might be coming back here on Lincoln on 2nd down and 7.
Here you see popped out to, Owen Eaton.
Owen Eaton was,
see,
I was just going to say, Good play by Xavier Anderson to make that clean tackle, though.
He's such a strong player. When and he moves well, he gets out in space. Sometimes he will over-pursue, but you see him right there able to chase down Sanders and bring him down. Fast enough to get there, strong enough to bring him down. Sanders so far is 7 carries, 58 yards. He's about as good as advertised. He's a very good ball player.
2nd down and 17 at the 46-yard line in Bobcat territory. Stir moves from left to right in that wingback spot on the right side of the line. Quarterback will roll out and throwing it out of bounds into the flat past the line of scrimmage. Jackson Lamb brings up 3rd down and 17. Nobody to go there. That's one thing about a rushing team like this. He's only got about 1 or 2 guys downfield,
right?
Because there's so many guys staying in. The wing back, like Stir, was kind of staying in a little bit on that play. He really doesn't have a lot of options. He's kind of asked to find Leo Jones and maybe somebody else.
Almost all of their plays in the passing game come off a play action, and it's that solo, that one receiver route, and it's Leo Jones, Leo Jones, Leo Jones. Nacho does a great job of breaking free and causing the throwaway.
4 down linemen. They fumble the ball. It comes out. Ignacio Macias almost on it, and Ragland gets in there to make the tackle and cover up the quarterback as Jackson Lamb was able to jump on top of that one. It is a 2-yard loss, and that's how we end the first quarter. Lincoln will punt when we come back. It's 6-0. Bobcats on top of the Railsplitters at Mediacom Stadium in Des Moines on KFJB-TV.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in screen. Parents are a huge part of scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
Six nothing. Our score is the Bobcats going to force the Railsplitters to punt this one away as the rain picks up here at Mediacom Stadium. We're looking at the radar. Heavy rain back home and to the north, as well as just a little shower has popped up over Mediacom Stadium. It's also been kind of misting a little bit. As the Railsplitters will punt it away with Mason Fritz. 4 punts, averaging 34 yards. Averaging those punts. Low snap brings it up, gets it just in time away. And Kuzaro makes the catch, fumbles it away, but it's going to go out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Luckily, a break there for the Bobcats as Kuzaro. Hopefully he's all right. A little bit slow to get up, but I think that was more of a reaction that, oh, man, I almost turned it over on our side of the field right there.
Yeah, that was an O-crud. That was an O-crud slow, yeah. And watching Lincoln Railsplitters punt beforehand, definitely got a good leg. Bobcats almost were able to get that. As the rain, it's definitely more than a mist right now. It's a mist of a monsoon out there. It's raining quite a bit. Bobcats are going to have good ball control here.
A 1-yard drive on their opening drive of the game, an 82-yard touchdown run by Tate Ring. They punted on the last one, and now the bad snap is back to the 9-yard line as Jacob Hayes has had trouble with a low snap and misplayed it maybe off the fingertips with that rain out there, and we count with 11:38 here in the second quarter. Bobcats on top 6-0, but trying to give an easy score right back to the Railsplitters. Last 2 plays, they fumbled.
Yeah, Railsplitters have put it on the ground 3 times, Bobcats twice, and that snap didn't look too bad.
Yeah.
So really maybe it was just Jacob not expecting it, or he doesn't wear gloves or anything, so wondering if the hands are just wet as well.
Yeah, Jacob Goodith at center for the Bobcats, and now a timeout. And it looks like head coach Adam Goodvin wanting that one as he comes out onto the field with his players there. As 11:09 in the opening quarter up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. We'll step aside real quick. This is Bobcat football. You're watching KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing and getting it to him. Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Coming up after the game tonight, we name our Calvin Rocket Barn Grill Player of the Game, presented by Calvin Rocket Barn Grill in Marshalltown, open for dine-in, patio, or to-go. Visit them pre- or post-game. 11:09, second quarter, 6-0, Bobcats on top of the rails. After a timeout offensively, second down and 21 after the fumble. Pitch out to Tate Ring to the far side of the field, and he is going to meet a Railsplitter line as they get in there to make the tackle. Coming up and making the stop, number 53, Hassan Sirleaf, the sophomore, 5'10", 200, as well as a linebacker in Wesley.
You see Tate Ring immediately throw his gloves off. Must not have liked how the Rains reacted to that. But again, the Bobcats in second and 20 pull up a running play for no gain. Bobcats do have 96 yards on the night in rushing so far.
Out of that came on one play, the opening play of the game with Tate Ring. Kuzaro comes in motion. Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring, makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night as he catches one out of the backfield. His first receiving touchdown of the season, and the Cats go up 12-0 on the road tonight in Des Moines.
Holy cow, they did this play in Waterloo West, and it came up with a drop. Here it is, and he drops it in the bucket, and Tate Ring rings that touchdown bell once again. He is off to the races. He only scores touchdowns when it's over 80 yards.
Huge play for the Bobcats to get in on the touchdown. And, yeah, that one was about an 82-yard touchdown again, wasn't
91.
It? 91?
That was 91 yards.
Because of the loss, that's right.
82-yard run, 91-yard reception.
Hung Hay is on for the PAT. This time it's up, and it is good, and the Bobcats lead it 13-0. Spooky. On October 13th, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. There's 13s all around. Not to be confused with the Jim Carrey thriller flick, 13.
This is Bobcat football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Bobcat Nation, you have missed some highlight reel plays tonight by Tate Ring. A 91-yard touchdown, an 82-yard touchdown to his name. One receiving and one rushing. Luis Monge on for the kickoff. He's already got one touchback here tonight, and he'll have his second of the evening. As the Bobcats leading it now 13-0 on the five-star real estate group Marshalltown Kickoff. All right, so the Bobcat defense back out there. They forced a couple fumbles here tonight out of this Lincoln squad, off to a pretty good start defensively, shutting down that running back over there in Sanders. He's had a few good runs, but other than that, he's been fairly bottled up. It's been Tate Ring who's made the big plays. I know Adam Goodvin mentioned we got to make some big plays. We got to shut down the big play. Dwayne Mathis, he talked about that as well, and their kind of coaches show that they have. And I tell you what, it's the Bobcats who've come out and pressed here tonight with two huge ones. Man in motion. Sanders gets a handoff. He's met in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss on this carry right here on the opening play of the third drive of the night here tonight. So far, a fumble and a punt by Lincoln on their two previous drives.
Grab the Tostitos. Nacho was in the backfield. He blew that play up. And Sanders was able to get stood up, and the Bobcats just cleaned it up.
2nd down and 11 as the clock ticks near 9.5 minutes in the first half at Mediacom Stadium. 4 down linemen for the Bobcats. 2 wide receivers split out. Sanders to the near side. Xavier Anderson helps set that edge, force Sanders back inside, and Johan Gomez and crew make the tackle.
My goodness, that defensive line has been spectacular. Where Sanders has been able to get his yards is when he's able to bounce outside. But if he's running between the tackles, the Bobcats down 4 have been there for it, complete game for it. Johan Gomez just gobbled up that block and then gobbled up Sanders.
Sanders stands to the right of his quarterback in Jackson Lamb. Fake the handoff. Bobcats shoot in, throw it out into the flat to Leo Jones.
Fumble.
A forced fumble by Xavier Anderson. Hops on top of it. Bobcat football. Bobcats almost got in the backfield to make a huge play as Blaine Landeros was there to get the pressure on the quarterback in Jackson Lamb. And Xavier Anderson having a huge night tonight on the defensive side.
Blaine Landeros about ripped his head off and was able to force it, and then Xavier's like, all right, you're going to catch it. Now I'm going to rip it out, and then I'll just fall on it. Number 1 has been number 1 on defense all day long, just running sideline to sideline. Great play. You can see the energy in the Bobcats. They're jumping around on the field, having some fun. They're ready to really put this one, get a 3-touchdown lead, and really start bearing down on the Railsplitters.
Xavier Anderson, his first forced fumble of the season. He'll get the handoff on 1st down and 10. He's got a big seam. He's up to the 15, fights off a Lincoln Railsplitter, and finally stood up. A nice gain by Xavier Anderson on 1st down to get the Bobcats into the red zone here tonight as they are into the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. Ethington Heating and Cooling, we're not comfortable until you are. Bobcats got into the red zone last week and threw an interception. We have not talked about them in the red zone a whole lot. This is one where they want to capitalize. First time tonight, they've hit the end zone a couple times, but first one where they've got the opportunity to get deep into Lincoln Railsplitter territory off the turnover.
Love to see a play action here.
Hayes drops back, and I think we're going to have a false start on the Bobcats here. 10 seconds was still on the play clock.
We just cannot we've been lucky with the big home runs, but my goodness, have we been bitten by the penalty bug. I believe that's our 5th penalty here so far, and we're just 16 minutes into this game.
8:06 stopped on the clock in the second quarter. 13. Second down and 7. Smitherman to the top side of your screen. Corey Smith on the bottom side. Fake the handoff, slant route to Corey Smith, caught up at the 10-yard line. He's got the 1st down and slung down after picking up the 1st down to move the chains. It's a gain of right around 10 yards as Corey Smith makes his first reception of the night.
And I really think that's Jacob's best route that he throws is that slant pattern where you need that ball put into a window. He does a nice job and puts it right between the 1 and the 7 for the senior wide receiver.
7.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Hayes, hard count, try to get the Bobcats deeper into the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. And comes in motion to the right side. That's Ragland. He'll block for Xavier Anderson. Stiff arm, and he dives for the 5-yard line. It will be 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Bobcats. Trying for their 3rd score of the game. Tate Ring has been the man to score early on here tonight twice.
Yeah, you see this right here. You look right behind Tyrell French. You're over there against that whole group, and just Xavier gets a couple yards by the block and then 3 more by just spinning and twirling and getting his body forward.
Jacob Hayes hard count again on 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Ball on the near side hash. Ragland moves to the right side of the line as well as Kuzaro. And is Xavier Anderson getting the handoffs exclusively on this drive after forcing the turnover. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4.
And Xavier's up to about 6 carries, about 24 yards, 4 yards a carry, playing great on defense as well. Bobcats are over 110 yards rushing as they go heavy as Johan Gomez comes in and you see Caleb Kusaro going out.
Well, the Bobcats so far this season on the offensive side of things have struggled to continually score points. But so far tonight, they have the big play. Handoff. No, they fake the handoff rollout. Bootleg. Backside Jacob Hayes. Backside of the corner to Smitherman, and it's dropped incomplete. A flag flies, though, and holding is going to be the call. I bet that will be not accepted. It will be declined by Lincoln to force a 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. I imagine that would be declined. And it will be 3rd down. They're going to take the penalty, actually.
All righty, that's an interesting call.
In the rain, you could have a bad snap. You could have a bad hold. You could have the kicker slip and fall. We saw Monhay kind of do that in warm-ups, even though he made the
He definitely made it. He had
goal.
about 20 yards to spare, but, yeah, he Charlie Browned it.
So kind of an interesting call. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. But you give the Bobcats another opportunity where they had Smitherman wide open in the back of the end zone. I say you run the same play. Yeah. You had success with it right there.
And that's not an easy throw back, throwing it to the back pylon. And Jacob put it on the money.
Ragland stands in the backfield, and that's going to be a false start. Everybody was off there except for the snap, as that will be on most likely the center there in Jacob Goodith, because everybody else moved except for the snap did not come.
It's 13-7-0. Bobcats have 13. Penalties have 7. Railsplitters have 0.
So the penalty backs them up to the 19. They are on the edge of the...
Maybe it was the right call. They'll get into punting range.
On the edge of the red zone here.
We did see Monhay was hitting 45-yard field goals in warm-ups.
Smitherman near side. Far side is Corey Smith. Hand off, Xavier Anderson bounces it off. He got a block out there at the 10, 5, going for the pylon. He's going to be down at the 2. It'll be 4th down and goal from about the 2-yard line, and 17-yard pickup for the Bobcats. And a flag does fly near the end of the play.
You see this, the stiff arm that you're going to see from Xavier Anderson. That's a grown man stiff arm. There it is, just bam. Knocks him down, takedown takes 2, and then a face mask near the end.
So marked out at the 4-yard line, and a face mask penalty will be an automatic 1st down, half the distance to the goal, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
You can see that rain coming down. That is sheets of rain. I'm going to be honest, Brandon. I'm happy that we're looking at it. We're not standing in it. But we're thankful for Keith Stewart out there, who's willing to stand in it for some great shots here tonight.
Somebody get that guy a poncho.
He was offered a rain suit. I do know that last night by Bobcat Live.
But the rain suit was not brought. So, Bobcats in the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. 3rd and goal at the 2. I'm not sure why it's still 3rd down. I thought that would be an automatic 1st down, because they marked it off from half the distance to the goal. Handoff, Xavier Anderson fighting for the end zone. He's going to come up short on 3rd and goal from the 2. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1 as he picks up that 1 yard. And if this is a quarterback sneak with Jacob Hayes, get low right here on this play.
I was just going to talk to you about that. Do you turn around and hand it off? Because Jacob has not been good on the quarterback sneak. He only needs a foot.
Bring back the Patrick Landeros fullback trap with Davis Ragland right here. Are they going to do the famous push? And it is. And they will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Back on the scoreboard. It is 19-0. Cats with 5:17 in the second quarter of play on the road in Des Moines.
Yeah, you see it, just line it up Eagle style, and that push got 6. Great work by the Bobcats, up 3 scores with 5:17 left to go in the half. It could not have gone any better for the Bobcats.
Monhay on for the PAT. That one is going to be good, and it is 20-0. Bobcats lead it at Mediacom Stadium. 5:17 second quarter on KFJB-tv. Kickoff is away after the Bobcats force a turnover and punch it in with a touchdown run by Jacob Hayes. And the Bobcats now up 20-0. And the return brought up by Parker past the 30 and spotted at the 34-yard line. Good position. Off of the kickoff, all presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group. Buy, sell, love. Marshalltown with Kristen Polly and the 5-Star team.
Yeah, you see Anga Pramana and Nick Wise on the bottom of that pile. But one thing you see last week at the end of the game, there was just the walk and wounded. But what you're now seeing from the Bobcats, especially defensively, when they get to the tackle, there's 5 or 6 Bobcats. They are playing with some juice here tonight. And
it's a herd of cats out there, Dylan.
When you're playing,
we're not
with
herding cats, but there is a herd of cats.
There is a herd of cats, and the Bobcats are rolling.
35-yard line is the starting point. Sanders, He makes a stiff arm at the 50, and he is loose down the far side of the field, and Kuzero can't catch him. Just like that, lightning in a bottle for Sanders. It is a 65-yard touchdown run to get the Rails right back on the board to answer.
You could see that about 15 yards in. It was a problem. There you go, just a little counter and able to miss tackle by, I believe, Griesel, and then it was gone. And there's nobody in white that's going to catch that kid. There may not be a lot of kids in the state of Iowa that's going to catch Javon Sanders out in the open.
And that is the first touchdown by the Railsplitters here at Albaugh Family Field at Mediacom Stadium. That's got to be a good moment for them, I'm sure.
I think they'd enjoy it a lot more if they weren't down. But, yeah, Javon Sanders with that run goes over 100 yards on the night.
He's nearing 1,300 yards on the season, yeah.
And that's the 16th touchdown. His touchdowns are now legally able to drive.
Hand off to the backup running back. He gets to the line, to the goal line, and they're going to mark him in for the 2-point conversion. It is good for Damani Wesley. Number 45 punches it in for the 2-point conversion. It's now 20-8. 4:56 in the second quarter. Let's get a scoreboard update, all presented by Central State Bank with locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines.
Thanks, Brooksy, for the updates back at the studio.
Brooks.
He's everyone's favorite. Union leads West Marshall 14-6. Creston leads Nevada 14-0 in the first quarter. Ames is up 20-14 over Sioux City East. Dowling and Southeast Polk are tied at 7. Ankeny leads Valley 3-0 in the second quarter.
Bobcats offense will be back on the field momentarily. Bobcats come in averaging 201 yards per game on offense. They're well over 200 already tonight. You have to like the start. Kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Your home team advantage.
Yeah, Jacob's looking pretty good. 3 of 4 for 119 yards, 40 yards per reception. Does have the one touchdown. Bobcats have 128 on the ground, 119 in the air for 237 total yards.
Harry Sturr is on for the kickoff. 2 touchbacks so far this season coming into this one. And the Bobcats will have a return. Kuzero moves up to the 13. He'll pick it up there. He's going to go to the far side. He's got blocking. He's got Tate Ring in front, but he is hogtied from behind at about the 35, 37-yard line is where they bring him down. And the Bobcats will have great field position with still 4:49 to go before halftime to try to go up by 3 scores again.
Yeah, Bobcats special teams coach was jumping real high over there. Thought they had a house call because it was 1 block away. It was close.
Yeah.
And I had a math there. 247 total yards of offense, not 237.
Jacob Hayes just off a rushing touchdown on the last drive for the Bobcats. Pass out into the flat. Oh, no. I thought he was going to Tate Ring on the far side. And then, boom, it's a slant to Corey Smith, almost intercepted. And luckily, it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Ball on the far side hash. Bobcats going from the north side to the south end zone on this drive.
Yeah, 2 of the 5 passes and both of his incompletions, Jacob almost completed to the other team. Really dangerous pass, had his eyes locked in on Corey and almost threw it to a linebacker he never saw.
Two backs in the backfield out of the pistol for Hayes. Three wide receiver set. Dropping back screen pass to Tate Ring. Second one of those tonight. Ring is going to be hit at the 40, and he'll move up for a few yards, getting up to the 43-yard line. So a gain of nearly 5 yards brings up 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats as the clock ticks under 4.5 minutes.
Owen Eaton needs to get out and make that block, because that's the difference between a big play. Didn't see it and broke out. That would have been close to a first down. Get that kick out block on the cornerback.
Still raining here at Mediacom Stadium. Still a slick surface as well as slick ball here tonight. Lincoln Barker stands to the right of his quarterback in Jacob Hayes. He'll look to pass through the air. Slant route. Corey Smith almost hit. Two Lincoln Railsplitters collide on the play. And it will bring up 4th down and 5. The Bobcats will have to punt this one away. Almost got the connection, but did not lead Corey Smith quite enough to make the completion there.
He threw it into double coverage, and that's where, but he threw it, he didn't throw it low, he threw it high to give Corey the best shot. Bobcats now up 12, but Lincoln also gets the ball to start the second half. If they can score in this drive, it's a ball game.
So Bobcats leading 20-8. Snap is good. Back to Johan Gomez. Gets the punt away, and it's a good spiral back, driving the return man back to the 15-yard line. Coming out near side, and boom, Sam Griesel hits the return man, but not brought down. And finally, the Bobcats get back in it. Xavier Anderson comes to help make the tackle on Demarius Parker, the return man, who gets it up to the 32, maybe 33-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to go for the Madden hit, but didn't wrap up. Trying to get the boom, but not the wrap up. You see just, it's all forearm. It's no wrap up.
Yep. So good field position for Lincoln off of a very good punt back to the 15-yard line, but he's able to get it nearly a 20-yard return right there at the 34-yard line. Ball near side hash. Shotgun formation. Sanders stands to the right of his quarterback. And Jackson Lamb comes near side. He's got a blocker. He's outside the numbers. And boy, Kuzero better get to him. That was Rogelio Sarin. And finally pushes him out of bounds as Sanders now limping a little bit. He came into this one, bumped up a little bit. Did not have a full week last week. As we told you earlier, DeMonte Wesley filled in for him.
Lincoln Barker got turned inside. Xavier Anderson got turned inside. Neither set the edge, and you see a big run. He does come up limping, but that's a big deal right there. The Bobcats have to get to the edge because that left side is where Javon Sanders has gotten most of his yards.
Sanders, a 37-yard gain right there. He has 164 yards of rushing with 3:34 in the second quarter remaining, as the Railsplitters now in Bobcat territory. And a timeout was taken on the football field, as that one taken by Lincoln, as Sanders had to come out of the game. I think he must be dealing with an ankle injury at this part in time. I haven't really seen him limp or hobble a little bit on that ankle until this point in the game.
Yeah, and anything with an ankle, if you have an ankle injury at all, it just has to be like a small little tweak in that, and it just shoots up your leg. And it may be something, tie that shoelace a little bit tighter, and it's going to be fine, but he's going to take a break here.
Jackson Lamb will lead the offense back out there as Wesley stands to the right of his quarterback. 3 wide receiver set. You don't see this a whole lot out of Lincoln.
They will run out of it some just to kind of stretch defenders and then just hit it between the tackles. And Nacho again.
Yep, Ignacio Macias jumps offside for the Bobcats. And that will be 5 free yards for the Lincoln Railsplitters. Macias will have to check out as Owen Eaton will come in for him.
Another Jim Carrey movie, Liar, Liar, comes to mind, is stop getting the penalties. That's a paraphrase.
24-yard line is where the ball's at now, as Lincoln marching deep into Bobcat territory with 3:34 to go before halftime. Lamb in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Wesley. Sweep to the far side. Johan Gomez will bring down the running back at the 25. It's a loss of 1. That is a big boy hit right there by Johan Gomez.
Gomez.
I like that.
Gomez got a fistful of hand from Wesley, but he was strong enough to bring him down, and then Johan just made sure that Wesley knew verbally that he was strong enough to bring him down.
2nd down and 6. So 1st and 5 after the penalty, but a nice play to get them kind of off schedule here. Lamb will call for it. He'll drop back, looking to pass. The southpaw quarterback will toss it up to Leo Jones. It's in and out of the hands of the tight end. He had 6 on the board right there. Is on the coverage, Sam Griesel, as well as Nick Wise. They were not able to contain him, and that might be one they're going back to later in this one.
Yeah, you see that just Sam turned his head and really didn't go after the ball well. And we're just lucky. Leo Jones, the ball slipped out. We see Sanders coming back in, though. Just like we said, I think they tied that shoe a little bit tighter, maybe wrapped it a little bit more, but he's out there yet again.
3rd and 6 at the 25-yard line as Sanders stands to the left of Lamb. 2 wide receivers on the bottom side as they bring the backup running back, wingback. I think he moved a little bit towards the line of scrimmage, but no, timeout was called first. We'll take a timeout with them. Bobcats 20, Rails 8 with 2:49, 2nd quarter on KFJB-TV. Pass quickly to Corey Smith, breaks the tackle at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bobcats. 2nd touchdown of the night. Rain picking up even more here at Mediacom Stadium. Welcome back, Brandon Lewis. Dylan Doze alongside me here tonight. Not really the heaviest of rainfall showing up on the radar right now, but definitely up there in northern Iowa. Some heavy rainfall, but we are definitely seeing some very heavy mist, I guess you could almost say. With 2:49, Sanders gets a handoff. He'll put his head down, and he's got the 1st down as he's brought down at the 18-yard line. And so on 3rd down and fairly manageable 3rd and 6 in this offense, he picks up a tough 1st down right there for the Railsplitters.
That puts him over 170 yards on 11 carries. We thought the 9.3 he was averaging on the season was impressive. Tonight, he has broken some big runs.
Sanders in the backfield, and he's to the left of Lamb. They bring the wingback in motion, hand it off to Sanders. It's a sweet play off to the far side. He's up to the 15-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. It's really, to me, not as a slam, but it's fairly unimaginative, that play call. I mean, it's just swing and some pull action. You get that wingback out there trying to be your lead blocker. I mean, it's nothing that is too hard to figure out, but if you've got the playmakers to execute it like Sanders, you're able to get those yards, especially once they get the edge, they're gone.
Yeah, and as they've run those to the right, it really has set up those counter plays back to the left, which is where the big yards have gone.
2nd and 8, and Sanders will cut off right tackle, and a big tackle by Jacob Gudith as he drives Sanders down inside the 15. Looks like he's going to be brought down at the 13, so a gain of a few more to bring up 3rd down and about 5 yards.
One thing that Sanders does really well, even on the bad runs, he's getting 3 yards. He has 1 carry for 1 yard, but beyond that, and maybe 2 yards on that play. But he's always fallen for no negative plays with number 2 for the Railsplitters.
Lincoln driving towards the north end zone. They're going to go to the air on 3rd down, and the Bobcats read it but miss on it. It's Sam Griesel again on the coverage as it had it go right over his hands, in and out of the hands of Leo Jones, the tight end. I knew they were going to go back to him again, but luckily it's incomplete. 4th and 5. This is 4-down territory at the 13-yard line for Lincoln.
Yeah, Leo Jones had 2 opportunities for 6 and came up empty.
Wow.
The senior, they don't get better than that.
And it's only on him because the Bobcats were not there.
No, they were right in both of his hands.
Yeah. All right, so here's Sanders. Last time on this kind of play call, they ran right at the middle. They're going to pass again, and Xavier Anderson is there. He read the play. He got in the view of Leo Jones. It's incomplete on a slant route on 4th and 5. Turnover on downs by the Railsplitters. Back to the Bobcats with 56 seconds to go before halftime, leading 20-8.
This is the third time second time because they weren't in the red zone when they scored the touchdown. Fumble on the 3. And then a turnover on downs. I don't know about you. I'm not a rocket scientist. But he's 2 for 7 for 6 yards. I'd go to the kid that's averaging 16, 17 yards a carry.
Yeah, that is for sure. Tate Ring is the back as it's a pistol formation for the Bobcats. Handed off to Tate Ring, and boy, he's got the edge. He's got a block out there momentarily from Smitherman, but it collapses, and he's pushed out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. So it's a gain of 7 by Tate Ring, who looks phenomenal tonight. The most explosive we've seen him all season long.
He's up to 98 yards on 6 carries. He's really looking good, knocking on the door of first 100-yard rushing game of the year. And he's also knocking on the door of his first 100-yard receiving game as 2 catches for 96 yards as well.
Bobcats get to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 3. Handoff to Tate Ring. Jump cut, and he will slip a few tacklers at the seams. And he's got a first down just shy of the 30. He's marked at the 29. So a gain of 9 for Tate Ring with 45 seconds to go before halftime. 1 timeout still to work with for the Bobcats here. I think Tate Ring with those 2 runs has given Adam Goodvin and this coaching staff something to think about here.
They seem to be thinking a little too long and hard about it because they don't seem to be moving too quickly.
You like to take a shot here. I know it's raining. I know, all that kind of stuff, but
we said this last year. Why are they wasting time? And then right before the half.
Tate Ring will have good lead blockers on the far side of the field, and he's slung down after a gain of just only a couple of yards. Bobcats, I thought, had a good look to get big plays. Big play yardage right there to bring up 2nd down and 4. And that will do it for the first half as Tate Ring gains a few more. It's been the Tate Ring show. He has 2 touchdowns in the first half. Jacob Hayes has a rushing touchdown. A couple of house calls from 82 and 91 yards out for the Bobcats as they head to the locker room here at Mediacom Stadium.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
KFJB-tv presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
And at halftime, the rain pours as Tate Ring has made it rain on the rails tonight with a couple of big touchdowns. As the Bobcats leading at 20-8 at the break. What stood out in that first half that you really liked that the Bobcats were doing early on?
I thought the offensive line moving bodies, especially going on that left side of the line. I was really impressed with inside Owen Eaton, but then you also look just Jacob Gudith. It was Davis Ragland. It was that side of the line that just got some open holes, and Tate Ring he hit him hard. Xavier Anderson's just playing like a man possessed, getting a lot of yards after contact, and then you're seeing what he's doing on the defensive side. But really the holes made by the offensive line, we really haven't seen a whole lot this year, and we saw Tate Ring take it up. Almost over 200 yards of total offense is pretty crazy for one half of football from one human being.
Yeah, that is for sure. Well, let's recap that first half of scoring. The Bobcats had the kickoff to begin the game here tonight, and they got it at the 18-yard line. And on this first play of the game, it was Tate Ring taking it all the way in to the end zone. As you see there at the numbers, just a beautiful run. And nobody was able to catch up to him. Aiden Smitherman was trying to catch up to him, his teammates. And the Bobcats would miss the PAT, and the score would be at 6-0. A punt on the Bobcats' next drive, but then the Bobcats got it back at the own 20-yard line. And Jacob Hayes, a 91-yard touchdown pass right here to Tate Ring. Deep in their own territory after they had a penalty here on that. I believe it was.
It was a failed snap. It was a bad snap.
Yeah, that's right. Bad snap, but Tate Ring finishes it off going all the way in from 91 yards out, and the Bobcats would hit the PAT and go up 13-0. Bobcats would get an interception by Xavier Anderson, and the Bobcats would have it at the 22-yard line already in Railsplitter territory. It was a fourth down play. Yeah, the old tush push right here to get the quarterback Jacob Hayes into the end zone. And Jacob Hayes scored that touchdown as the PAT was good. It made it 20-0 at that point in time as Jacob Hayes scored his first rushing touchdown of this one here tonight. Thought it was a pretty good first half. He had a couple balls that he threw out there that almost picked off.
Yeah, ended up 4 of 7, 124 yards and a touchdown. You will take that, but yeah, he threw a couple into coverage, really, and that'll come with maturation process. He's just not seeing that linebacker underneath.
The next drive, though, they would come out, the Lincoln Railsplitters, and put a quick drive of their own together. They started at their own 34-yard line, but Sanders got a carry, and he took it all the way in.
There you see, it doesn't take much, that counter play back to the right side, and there is not a Bobcat in sight.
And pulling away from Kuzero there at the end. The two-point conversion was good for the Lincoln Railsplitters, and it made it 20-8. Bobcats ran out the time after turnover on downs by the Railsplitters, and they end up with that lead at the break. Lincoln will get the kickoff to begin the second half. As we'll talk more about that. We'll get stats and adjustments coming up in a little bit. We'll take a look at the scoreboard, though, when we come back. This is Bobcat football at the break. 20-8, Cats on top of the rails on KFJB-tv.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
KFJB-tv presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Albaugh Family Field at Mediacom Stadium. We're here at halftime. You see the Bobcats up 20-8. A great first half for the Bobcats, but now it is time for a regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Ames Little Cyclones lead Sioux City East 28-21 with 2 minutes left to go in that first half. Colo Nesco is taking on Coon Rapids Bayard, and they're up 12-6. Gladbrook Rhinebeck doesn't like GMG very much at halftime. It's 50-0. Gladbrook Rhinebeck rolling on GMG. At halftime, the biggest game in the state here tonight, Southeast Polk 10, Dowling 7, a mashup of undefeated there. Ankeny taking a slim lead into half over Valley. Next week, opponent for Marshalltown, 3-0. Union 14, West Marshall 6 at the half. Creston leads Nevada 14-0 in the first quarter. You see the ponchos out, you see the nachos out. It is raining here in Des Moines. And when we come back, we'll have your stats for you. But this has been the regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. You are watching the halftime on KFJB-tv.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Today's game on KFJB-tv is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Welcome back to Mediacom Stadium in the Des Moines Metro. Beautiful new venue on the Drake campus. And, once we got here earlier today, able to kind of check out this facility and just well thought out, well laid out. And I think, a facility that's going to suit this place for quite some time.
We've been in a lot of different fields and things over our 4 years. I believe this is probably my favorite field that we've gone out, just the way the setup, the neighborhood feel of it. Press box area, love the windows, love everything. We're a little cramped in here, but it's a beautiful place.
As you see, East, Hoover, North, Roosevelt will all play here at Mediacom Stadium, including the soccer team at Drake. And so a great facility to house high school football. It wasn't that thing, North Field wasn't that bad.
No.
Lincoln's Field was definitely that bad. But, you kind of, in East, they're set up. They were playing over there where Grandview plays.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a bad setup.
Roosevelt played where Drake was, so that wasn't bad.
No, but, just looking at it here, just a great complex to be able to have those Thursday, Friday night, back-to-back nights here at Mediacom Stadium. Well, at the break, it is time for halftime stats, all presented by Ken's Transmission of Marshalltown.
Bobcats are a 3-man stat brigade. Xavier Anderson, 8 carries, 40 yards. Also has a reception for 19. Tate Ring, 8 carries, 109 yards, plus a touchdown. Jacob Hayes, 4 carries, -3 yards, but has a touchdown on the ground. He also has a touchdown in the air, going 4 of 7 for 124, and the big 91-yard touchdown went to Tate Ring, who also has 96 receiving yards. And the story all comes on the other side. Javon Sanders, 13 carries, 176 yards, and the lone Railsplitters touchdown, a 66-yard touchdown. They left a lot of points on the field, fumble at the 3-yard line going into score, and then turnover on downs also in the red zone, and that gets us to 20-8.
That is the one thing about tonight. A rainy night on a new turf surface.
Yep.
Might be slick out there, but also that slick ball. I think teams kind of settled down in the second quarter and adjusted to that aspect of it a little bit better.
They did, and really what I thought was interesting for the Rails is when they needed a few yards, they went to play action, which again, 2 of 7, 6 yards. Leo Jones had opportunities,
2 drop balls,
both in the end zone on that last drive. But you would just think, if I'm Javon Sanders, yes, you understand they want to make plays off of you, but my goodness, you are just eating real estate not to get the ball in a 4th and 5 situation and only use as a decoy. That's a mistake in my book.
Yeah, that's for sure. 1:48 to go before we start up the second half. Real quick, Dylan, your second half adjustments from Ken's transmission.
Big thing, it's going to come, you have to get to the edge, especially on that left side, the right side of the Bobcats defense. Sanders, some of his big runs come when Saren or Xavier Anderson get sucked up inside, and it just does not work.
No, that didn't work either.
Trying to get a live look. The
radar
does not look pretty.
No, it does not, because we're now on the back side of that low pressure, and so there's rain kind of swinging back in, and so the rain has picked up here at Mediacom Stadium, and that will definitely be something to keep an eye on in the second half. Although 2 rushing teams, I think we will see a quick-paced game just because of that. Not a lot of passing in this rain.
Yeah, there's not a lot of ball stoppages there. It's just keeping it on the ground. It's going to come down to, will the Bobcats linebackers and defensive line continue to swarm that Railsplitters running back duo?
Bobcats looking to add a 2-game slide as they make their way back out onto the field for the second half. That's coming up next. Cats lead it at the break, 20-8 in Des Moines on KFJB-TV.
Have you ever seen what it takes to fix a transmission? It takes a lot of patience, a lot of experience, and a whole lot of talent. At Ken's Transmission, they have all the above. Family owned and operated with over 62 years of experience in all areas of transmission, keeping your vehicle shifting smoothly, and routine maintenance, repair, and replacement, including automatic and manual. For reputable service you can trust, Ken's Transmission. Ken's Transmission at 306 East Anson Street in Marshalltown is a proud sponsor of the Marshalltown Bobcats.
(20-8) at the break. Last night they played the first ever high school football game by one of the Des Moines Metro schools, and it was Roosevelt taking on Waukee, and Waukee ran all over Roosevelt. 42-14 the final score from last night here, and the Bobcats trying to run all over the Railsplitters here tonight. They successfully did run the ball, but also on the other side, Railsplitters and Sanders, he was able to tote the rock and get things going there. But second half just about ready to get going here. Kind of touching on the facility, Bobcats in their new facility at Leonard Cole Field. It is great to see. I know you will always have your disgruntled people.
Right.
And it's usually the people who've been out of school for at least 30, 40 years who haven't been to a game in a while. And don't understand the needs of those. I mean, like Lincoln, for example, we already talked about it.
Goodness.
I mean, we didn't have power till 10 minutes before we had to go on air. We were broadcasting in the stands. We had to set up a tent. The team was changing on the sidelines. I mean, those are not good things, right? I mean, no one wants that. No one desires to have that be the setup. No one can fit in their press box. Now you got a beautiful one. So, I mean, anyway, these investments are well worth it, despite on what side of the fence you sit on. But
what I love,
it's just great to see.
What I love is this is Des Moines Public Schools, which often in this metro area, you have to look, okay, Waukee has this, okay, Johnson has this. And these kids in the Des Moines public school system deserve to play at that same level, to have those same bright lights. And they've done such a wonderful job to really put A-plus kids in an A-plus stadium, and really a smart use of the LCD screens. You see them in the ticket entrance places where they can put up the various Des Moines schools to really make it feel like a home atmosphere for Lincoln.
Yep, that is for sure. So anyway, well worth it here at Albaugh Family Field. And the concession stand, though, is all the way over there on the other side for the fans. There is one underneath here.
There's one on the second, and my son has
he's been indulging in pizza all night.
I gave him cash, which was mistake number one.
He's going to burn through all the cash.
I told him $10 limit. $10 limit.
How many pieces of pizza can I get for $10?
3. I looked at the prices on the way down there.
Oh, man. Luis Monhay is out for the kickoff for the second half, all presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Kickoff away as the Cats looking for win number 2 of the season. They lead it 20-8 on the road here in the Des Moines Metro. Cats are 1-6 behind Adam Goodvin. Head coach Dwayne Mathis 3-4. As I think he's done a pretty good job here at Lincoln, and kind of continuing a tradition of running backs in the stable back there. I mean, that's their forte for sure.
Well, I just remember that 27-18 win 2 years ago. My goodness, that was a clinic about what we're going to do to you,
and
we're just going to do it to you.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of Bobcats just could not get off the field that night.
They were up, I think, 7-0 early on in that game, and then the Bobcats fumbled it at the 2-yard line, and it was over from there. Here the Railsplitters trail your Bobcats by 2 scores. They'll hand it off to Sanders, comes near side, makes one cut, makes another Bobcat miss, and finally slung down as Xavier Anderson is in there to bring him down. And the Bobcats seed big yards on first down. It's an 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2 up at the 28-yard line for the Railsplitters.
Yeah, and the 2 backs that night, I was trying to remember the names, but Deshaun Coleman and Josh Jenkins just ran all over the Bobcats.
Yeah, Jenkins, I think, was at UNI.
Yeah, that's where he was fantastic.
Yeah, he was really good. That is for sure. Sanders keeps breaking tackles. He's got a first down. He's up to the 35-yard line. And just like that, it's a pickup of 7 yards to move the chains for the Railsplitters on their first drive out of halftime.
And that's what I say is, like, man alive, we knew what was going to happen. Handoff, contact at the line of scrimmage, and Lincoln Barker gets dragged for a handful of yards.
He is a junior, but he's one strong man back there at running back. And Javon Sanders,
he's about to knock on the door. He's 9 yards from a 200-yard rushing night.
Yep, as we count at 10:50 here in the third quarter, he'll run over Nick Wise and plows up to the 42-yard line. And just big run after big run by Sanders. He's one of those guys where, I think you've kind of alluded to it. If you do not get a hand on him initially at the line of scrimmage, he's going to drag you, and you got to get low on him.
You see Nick Wise got trucked, but he hung on.
Yeah, for dear life.
That's why he's out there. He'll get hit, but he's going to hang on.
Something about those wrestlers. They just know how to do that, right? See Xavier Anderson and Johan Gomez do that as well. And speaking of Gomez, he gets him in the backfield as Sanders dropped right there, and it's going to be 3rd down, as I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, but a great job to set the edge by Gomez, and he flies in and gets Sanders by the ankles.
Man alive, I wish Johan would have been eligible all season long. Bobcats miss that kind of athlete on the edge.
3rd down and 2.
And you look at that was the first handoff where Sanders did not get positive yards.
Sanders in the backfield. He stands to the left of his quarterback, and Jackson Lamb gets the handoff, sweep to the near side. He's going to have the first down. He's up to the 50 before Rogelio Sarin as well as Xavier Anderson bring him down. Xavier Anderson helps Sanders, the running back, up. Good run by him and good sportsmanship by the Bobcats as the Railsplitters get into Bobcat territory.
You see this, that they'll bring Wesley in motion and set him kind of in that halfback position. He got a lead block out there, and Sanders is just able to pick up yardage, and he's now over 200 yards. He's at 209 yards on 18 carries.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line in Bobcat territory. It's a direct snap to the the running back, and Javon Sanders, he's up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 2 yards right there. He's actually better when you hand him the ball than the direct snap, it seems.
Well, it's kind of like a wholesaler right there. They thought, how can we just cut out the middleman and get it directly to the consumer?
Doesn't always work like you planned, Dylan.
No, it doesn't.
8:45 here in the third quarter. Bobcats up 20-8 on the road in Des Moines. Jackson Lamb is back there in the shotgun formation. Hand off to Sanders right up the gut. He'll go. He breaks a tackle by Lincoln Barker at the line of scrimmage. Keeps piling ahead. He's down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. And Sanders, that's the thing. You have really got to wrap up on him, or he will just keep driving the pile.
The Rails might be 3-4, but you cannot tell me there are not good, big-time college people that are not watching this kid.
Well, and that's the thing, too. The Bobcats are 1-6, but there's definitely good talent out there, what you see here tonight. Lincoln 3-4, but very good talent out there as well.
And they've always ran the ball well. Mathis has always had a good running team.
Sanders evades a Bobcat. He'll sidestep Rogelio Serra, and he's in there on the tackle. Sam Griesel, as well as, you guessed it, number 1, Xavier Anderson in there to make the tackle. But it's a 1st down for Sanders, who just has a habit of making guys look silly.
So the Rails have 238 yards of total offense. 223 of that is on the ground with Sanders.
That's
not a lot going on otherwise.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Railsplitters in general all season long.
And now Sanders is back sitting down. They're going to retape that ankle. He's struggling with it.
And that's when you have to capitalize if you're a Bobcat.
Empty set, first time.
Empty set, and Lamb's going to run it to the near side, and he's got a seam, breaks a tackle, and Rogelio Serra is going to bring him down at the 25-yard line. Bobcats say they ripped that ball out as Rogelio Serra comes up with the ball and hands it to the official, but they say he was down first. It's an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, you knew in that empty set it was probably going to be this play. And you look here, did he? No, it looks like he was down, but it was close when he was falling backwards.
So 2nd down and 2 at the 25-yard line. 6:52 and counting, third quarter. Bobcats on defense here. Opening drive of the second half for either team. The Railsplitters break the huddle. And we have
Sanders.
Devontae Wesley back in. What are you going to say about Sanders? As Wesley gets the handoff, he's going to find up to the 20-yard line. He's got the 1st down. It's a gain of 6 yards, and it is just chunk play after chunk play here. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's Sanders or Wesley.
Sanders was doing what you were calling for at the beginning of halftime, sucking on the inhaler. So maybe some asthma, something like that. But, yeah, he was
why are you trying to make fun of us asthmatics?
I'm a former asthmatic, so I can, as a childhood asthmatic. But his ankle, he's limping on that sideline.
Wesley stands to the left of Lamb, gets the handoff, and Landeros there to meet him in the backfield. He does fall forward for a gain of 1 yard.
Looked like Johan
Actually
Gomez.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Looked like Johan Gomez got in there and made the play go outside. I believe it was Johan. You see that coming in. No, the play's going to be made down. Yeah, it was Johan Gomez who forced it to go to the outside. Yeah, Johan's now moved on to the inside, so he and Barker are on that right side together with Blaine Landeros playing a lot more on that left end.
And they fumble the snap, but diving on it is Wesley in the backfield. It will be a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. And actually, that's Sanders who checked back into the game. He hit the deck, and now he's getting up slowly, as it doesn't look like he's moving too easily on that ankle.
Yeah, he looked to be limping around a little bit.
He's a tough guy, though. That is for sure.
Was that Sanders?
That was Sanders, yeah.
Okay.
See? Number 2.
Your eyes are better than mine.
Well, I have.
You would think I could see the best player out on the field. I'll tell you.
Sanders to the left, and he'll get a pull from the left guard around to the near side, and he's driven back as he gets to the 19-yard line. Original line of scrimmage, only a gain of 2. And in 4-down territory, 4th and 10, this is exactly what you want. You want Lincoln behind the sticks.
Yeah, and the Bobcats, they've done such a great job when they're able to stand them up. A couple Bobcats stood them up, and that's when the linebacking and the safety corps was able to clean it up. It took 4 of them to take him down, but it doesn't matter how many it takes him down as long as you take him down.
They do give it a gain of 3, so it's going to be 4th down and 9.
I'd still run it.
Yeah.
I'd still run it.
Sanders to the left of Lamb. And they fake the handoff. They're looking to pass. Lamb's going to scramble out to the far side of the field, backing up as Johan Gomez will pick up the sack as Lamb is dropped back at the 26-yard line. It's a loss of nearly 6 yards, and the turnover on downs, Bobcat football.
Like I said, I run the football. Johan Gomez, the Bobcats do a great job here. Once you see that, the play doesn't develop. You see the fake. It faked Keith Stewart as well. But then Johan Gomez goes out there, and Lincoln Barker thought it looked like fun, so he just fell on the fallen Railsplitters QB, Jackson Lamb.
Johan Gomez, his first full sack of the season. He has 1.5 sacks now.
He
First
just makes
10
plays.
At the 27-yard line. Ball near the far side hash. Tate Ring gets a handoff, has to make a cutback. He's going to cut it back to the near side of the field, up at the 30-yard line, a gain of 3. And a whole lot of dancing around. He makes something of nothing right there as the Railsplitters were in the backfield to eat up the red and blue right there on first down. 2nd and 7, 3:40 to go, third quarter. A huge turnover on downs right there by the Railsplitters, because now if the Bobcats go down and score here, you're running out of time.
Well, Railsplitters ate up 8 minutes of clock and came out with 0 points. And that's a big deal. You're not going to get a lot of possessions in this running focused offense.
2nd down, high snap, brings it down, hands it off to Tate Ring, and we'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Not a lot of room for Tate Ring. They tried to pull out to the near side, but blocking did not set up for him.
No, that looked into rights right away. A little bit of a high snap, but the gates had been open by then, and Tate did well enough just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Bobcats moving right to left on your radio dial and towards the north end zone on your TV screen. Aiden Smitherman on the top side. Corey Smith on the bottom. Wingback comes in motion. He'll go out of the backfield. He's got Tate Ring open again at the 50 to the 40 to the 30. One man to beat, and he will. Tate Ring, his 2nd receiving touchdown, 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Cats go up 26-8 with 2:28 third quarter.
Oh, my goodness. The play-action wheel route is a beautiful, beautiful thing as the Bobcats get a big touchdown. Here you see it, the fake jet sweep to Caleb Kusero, and then just over 2 defenders. They got their eyes in the backfield, and Tate got his feet in the end zone, 6 for 5. A huge play. Tate Ring, I know we haven't announced Calvin Rocket, but man alive, it's hard to vote against a guy with over 100 yards of offense on the ground and through receiving.
Huge touchdown play. Luis Monghay is on for the PAT, and it is up and good, and the Bobcats now extend their lead 27-8 in the third quarter in Des Moines at Mediacom Stadium on KFJB-tv.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
It is a 3-play, 73-yard drive for the Bobcats. They hit it for a 70-yard touchdown strike from Jacob Hayes to Tate Ring out of the backfield. And that wheel route converted for the second time tonight for a touchdown to Tate Ring. And the Bobcats now up 27-8. Time for our kickoff, all presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Long hangout for the kickoff. Already a couple of touchbacks here tonight. He'll kick off to the north end zone in the rain. Drives back to the return man to the 1-yard line. And bringing it out is Demarius Parker. He makes a couple of Bobcats miss. Cuts it back to the far side of the field. Outside the hashes at the 35-yard line. He breaks another tackle. Bobcats can't wrap up there. They finally do at the 33-yard line. And, boy, a lot of running around right there. Good return by Demarius Parker. Almost could have been more, though, but the Bobcats luckily bring him down.
Yeah, Xavier Anderson was looking at ripping that ball out, and that's when he kind of spun out of it, and it actually ended up benefiting the Bobcats as he lost 5 yards on that last, trying to cut back and get more yardage.
27-8 now after that latest score with Tate Ring hitting the board again. And the ball marked at the 33-yard line. 2 wide receivers set to the bottom side. Sanders gets the handoff. He'll come near side, extending the run. And Bobcats finally from behind. Xavier Anderson, Davis Ragland in there to make the stop. And just, again, chunk plays by Sanders when he can really get going. That's why it was so important. Unfortunately, Sanders was really out for a lot of that last drive that stalled out, and here he just extends.
One thing you see, such a good running back. Watch, he's just riding his blocker, has that left hand on Leo Jones. He just rides his blocker.
And this time Sanders comes out to the near side. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it will be second down and 10.
Yeah, they're going to say lost a yard. That's his first negative play all game long. You see a man, 25 carries, 232 yards. Bobcats have done better. He hasn't had a huge chunk run since a 37-yard run early in the second quarter.
Second down and 11 at the 44-yard line. Handoff goes to Sanders up the gut, and Johan Gomez meets him at the 45 and spins him down after a gain of 3. Good, tough hit right there by the defensive end, defensive tackle, Johan Gomez. As he's been moving around on that defensive line of scrimmage, he's back on the near side now.
Johan reminds me so much of Carson Williams from on that defensive side of the football. Though Johan plays with his hand in the ground, which I always thought Carson would have been a very good defensive end, but they play very similarly sized.
Xavier Anderson shoots in on a blitz, and Leo Anderson will get the dump out to the near side. He's up to the 50. It'll be a gain of 3 yards on his short pass play from the quarterback and Jackson Lamb to his tight end. It brings up 4th down and 5 yards to go, and with the Bobcats leading by 3 scores, 27-8. This will be interesting. It's probably 4-down territory, even though you're at midfield.
Yeah, with just over a quarter to go. But Leo Jones, that's his 3rd reception of the night. Again, when you're playing everything off the run, you have 1 wide receiver route. He's got 3 catches for 9 yards.
Sanders is in there on 4th and 5. Jackson Lamb will move his wingback in motion from right to left. As they were trying to get the Bobcats offside, Sanders gets a stretch run, and the Bobcats are going to stop him short. Jacob Gudith made first contact in the Bobcats secondary group, and second level was able to shoot in. Caleb Kuzero helps make the tackle, and it's a turnover on downs, a gain of 3 by Sanders.
We talked about 1 + 3 = 4, the win. Can the Bobcats get off the field on 3rd down? Really, tonight they've been able to get off the field on 3rd down, but also on 4th down. Second time the Rails have turned it over on downs.
Well, the Bobcats have an opportunity to really milk this thing away.
Yeah. Unless the big play gets in the way, as it has so far in this game.
Lincoln scrambling players onto the field. The handoff goes to Tate Ring to catch him off guard. He breaks tackle after tackle, and he's going to be carried ahead down to the 46-yard line as Tate Ring went for a ride into Lincoln territory right there.
Yeah, it looked like they put on the old Roman caravan, put him up on their shoulders, and just walked him forward. There you see it. He's like, all right, Lincoln, we'll get you a couple more there.
So a big play right there for Tate Ring. It brings up 2nd down and 3 at the 46-yard line in Lincoln territory. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Bobcats score another touchdown. Tate Ring with a huge play out of the backfield, caught a 70-yard touchdown pass. And the Bobcats now lead it as they go to the fourth, 27-8 on KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Minutes to go in Des Moines as the Bobcats now leading at 27-8. Let's get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
There are some good games and there are some tight games. You look at Union leading West Marshall 14-6. I guess it's just a mud bowl out there. Dowling leads Southeast Polk 14-10 at the end of 3. Valley leads Ankeny 14-10 just near the end of the third. And then Creston leads Nevada 28-7.
Wow, how about that? The battle of the Cats, the Panthers, and the Cubs. And Leo Jones gets an interception. As Jacob Hayes just floated one to Xavier Anderson, it is picked at the 30, and that is where the Lincoln Railsplitters will have it, with just 5 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter.
Jacob has not seen Leo Jones when he drops back into coverage all night long.
Yeah, there was nothing there.
He had the one-on-one coverage of Aiden Smitherman up top, and that was about his best option. That's really going to be that part. That
tuck and run, baby. That's what I say. Tuck and run.
And you cannot throw it. You've got to be able to see that linebacker.
Yeah, for sure. And he was just floating underneath. I mean, it was great coverage by Leo Jones, who comes up big for the defensive side of things. Sanders comes and runs near side on a sweep play, and he'll be brought down at the 36-yard line. Leo Jones with the interception, his second one of the season right there. So Sanders makes the carry up to the 36-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
Lincoln Barker did a great job of getting back in that play. But shout out to Xavier Anderson. Anderson, we talked a lot about setting that edge. Xavier Anderson got blocked, but he still set that edge, forcing Sanders to come back inside where Lincoln Barker was there to make the stop.
Yeah, too bad we're not giving away 2 players of the game, because Xavier Anderson would be one of those players. Sanders, he's got a big burst up to the midfield and a gain of just over 15 yards. That'll move the ball into Bobcat territory with still 11 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, if we had 3 player of the game, I would drive number 2 to Marshalltown to get a handheld at Calvin Rocket myself. That kid is incredible. He's now at about 4,064 yards of rushing. No, just at 257 on 29 carries.
1st and 10, ball in the middle of the field, driving towards the north end zone in the driving rain here in Des Moines tonight. Handoff Sanders right up the middle. Ignacio Macias was in the backfield almost meeting the running back, but he was being blocked at the same time, and so he's not able to convert on the play. Bobcats, though, do make the tackle after just a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
And just to give you an insight on how much he runs the football, on our Google spreadsheet, we stop it at 30 attempts.
Wow. Yeah.
And so Javon Sanders is now on the 2nd line. So we're now at a 2nd line number of carries as he just hit 30 yards, or 30 carries for 260 yards, including that 66-yard touchdown earlier in the first half.
It is 2nd down and 8 as they'll break the huddle. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Jackson Sedecut on the bottom side, as well as Charlie Fucularo.
Such a great last name.
And it is a great one, as he's also the backup quarterback. 2 of 7 for 18 yards on the season. Ball in the middle of the field. They'll reset the play clock here with 10:40 to go in the football game.
Our producer just showed me a note that we've added the 2nd line that we just talked about, Javon Sanders. That's how many carries he's got.
Teamwork makes the dream work, Dylan.
That's right.
Sanders outside as get a little bit of blocking outside the numbers. He'll pick up 3 yards and a more manageable third down situation. I tell you what, the Bobcat defensive line has done a nice job in the second half to really limit big plays here tonight by the Rails.
Well, I was Davis Ragland with the tackle there, and I was like, it's been a minute since we've called his name, but we have called the defensive line has made so many tackles here tonight and done a fantastic job.
Yeah, they really have. And they show pressure here on the near side. They'll send in the blitz as Wilder got in there. Sanders just throws a Bobcat off him at the 40-yard line, and he'll get down inside the 35 and pick up the first down on 3rd down and 5. So great run by Sanders. Thought he was going to be bottled up, but he just throws a Bobcat to the side and continues to run for the first.
He's at 271 yards rushing.
That's nuts.
It's a stupid number.
It is.
He's Eric Dickerson right now.
Sanders, he'll get the handoff, goes far side, and I thought he was going to cut it back at the 30. Decides to fall forward for a gain of a couple more after he initially picked up 5, so it's going to be a short second down and about 4 yards to go here. So, again, Sanders just keeps working and working. It's those sweet plays or the counter plays that they are doing, and it'll be interesting to see how much he grows. Marshalltown luckily will get Lincoln back up that way, and Lincoln has not traditionally played that well. Marshalltown blown out last year.
Yeah, Sanders, I just wonder what he would do with 2 healthy ankles.
Lamb all by himself in the backfield. He'll run it off of right tackle, makes a couple of good cuts, and he's going to be slung around. I think a face mask penalty as a flag flies in around the 20-yard line. Lamb has a run of 10 yards in the first down, and it'll be half the distance to the goal. So Railsplitters will be in the red zone on their next play in Bobcat territory with 9:05 to go in the football game.
Yeah, that's Lamb has 6 yards on four carries. You see, with the face mask is the call. But one of the things with the Bobcats being up 3 scores, Lincoln has been able to move the ball, but only on the ground, and that just creates a lot of time off the clock to move the football.
Well, after the penalty marked off here, it will be 1st down and 10 at the 19, I believe. Maybe they still have to mark off the spot foul. Timeout was called by Dwayne Mathis, head coach for the Lincoln Railsplitters, who are 3-4 on the season. Last year in this game, they only ran for 116 yards on the ground. Much different here tonight.
They did that 16 minutes into the game. I'm just looking at, and it's as crazy as this sounds, he had back-to-back carries that took him to 103 yards, including that 66-yard touchdown. And I don't want to say we've done a good job on him because really you can't give up almost 300 yards doing a good job. Mm-hmm. But over the last 23 carries, his biggest run has been 14 yards. It's almost if you can keep him from going on a house call, you take anything else, you're like, all right, you didn't end up in the end zone. We're happy.
My wonder is how much tread will this guy have once he gets to college? I mean,
yeah.
33 carries already here tonight.
Well, that is the thing is, you talk about that old school running back where we used to get 40 carries a game, but then 6 years later, you're kind of
done.
You're done. You're like,
yeah.
I'm 28. I'm getting my AARP card. I get a discounted breakfast at Denny's.
I'm looking at getting my knees replaced
That's
already.
Right.
I
mean, So real quick is, did you catch the end of the?
Yes.
The end of the.
That was nuts.
West
night.
Virginia, Houston
last
that was
night.
Absolutely bananas.
I was like, oh my word! I couldn't believe West Virginia on 4th down made that play, and then a couple minutes later, Houston throws the Hail Mary. That was a nuts game last night. I am hoping we don't have that kind of ending here tonight as the Bobcats are up 27-8. Lamb is going to run it himself, and he'll be stopped after a gain of just a couple of yards as Johan Gomez forced him back inside right there, and they were able to clean things up. But good job of the Bobcat defensive line again to stay home. Lamb doesn't run a lot. He comes in with negative 53 rushing yards.
Yeah.
He's having a career night here tonight with, about 10 yards?
Yeah, they're just, what's he at? He is now at 6.
Okay.
But do you think Lincoln Barker, after that tackle, got up and yelled, "I'm the real Lincoln"?
Stinking Lincoln. That's
right.
what I would say. 8.5 minutes to go. And Wesley will get a handoff. He hasn't seen one of those in a while. And on 2nd down and 9, he just rumbles straight ahead. He's more that straight line guy that wants to run you over, and you've got that lightning in Sanders.
Yeah, I made the Okoye reference, and just remembering he wasn't 45, he was 35. But for Hawkeye fans, you go back to Mark Weissman. Weissman, of course, started Air Force, then transferred, but he was all shoulders and went north and south and nowhere else.
3rd and 4, ball on the 8-yard line. They can get a first if they get to the 4. Wesley gets the handoff, runs right into a couple of Bobcats, including Odin Eaton and Lincoln Barker, who drive him back, and it's only a gain of 1. It's going to be 4th down and 3 as Lincoln will go for it. Yeah, it's okay. I went to Lincoln. I went to Lincoln for band. I went to Fairview in Spencer. But we always said Stinking Lincoln.
What I will say is I absolutely love their field house, their basketball field house. It's kind of
the roundhouse,
the old Hoosier style. Yeah, it's a very cool venue.
For Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay. Very reminiscent of the Bobcats roundhouse. They'll go for it on 4th down, and they're going to be short. Wesley got the handoff coming up in the backfield. Number 1 out there, but number 1 out there and number 1 in your heart as well.
Darn
Dylan.
right. He's been fantastic. Yeah. This is
Wesley, only a gain of a couple of yards. It'll be a turnover on downs. What is that, the 3rd time now?
3rd time.
Okay.
You wonder if Xavier's just wearing that singlet underneath, because he's coming with some incredible tenacity out here on the defensive side.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. He's got the green strap around his ankle. He keeps, whenever he has a reversal, he holds up the 2.
So the turnover on downs with 7:11 to go in this one, 27-8. Jacob Hayes is in the backfield, hands it off to Tate Ring. He's got the edge. He's going to be up to the 15, hurdles over a Lincoln Railsplitter, out of bounds into the Bobcat bench, and that's a nice gain on 1st down right there for the senior tailback.
I love when the turnaround and hand it off to Tate is a dangerous play, because we talked about this coming into the year. He just needs a little bit, because he's just got the size. He's a thick back, but he also has that home run hitting speed. And tonight that's been in full effect, as the senior has 125 yards on the ground.
7:04 to go in the football game. Bobcats leading 27-8. Snap is fumbled, and the Bobcats not able to get on it. Railsplitters have it at the 10-yard line, and it will be set up on the doorstep. It'll be 1st and goal for the Railsplitters with 6:59 in the 4th quarter. Bobcats a little sloppy in the 2nd half.
You see this here, and it's a handoff.
Nobody had it.
Nobody knew what was going on, and that's the biggest thing of that quarterback position. Jacob trying to salt this game away. Jacob Hayes has turned the ball over twice in the last 2 possessions.
That's one you could go on a 5-minute drive and put this game to bed, but here you give the Rails an opportunity to cut this lead in half.
Defense has been up to the challenge. Down here, they've
been but no break in the red zone.
Rails are now, I believe this is their 5th possession in the red zone. So far, they have 0 points when it comes to red zone drives.
27-8 the score, as it is 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Rails off of the fumble turnover. Sanders handoff, tries to cut it back inside and spin, but he is pushed back after a gain of almost 2 yards right there to be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. A whole host of Bobcats in there to help make the stop, including Zach Wilder.
Yeah, Davis Ragland's the one that kind of just stopped up the works there, just got everything just stopped up and allowed the Bobcats to be able to swarm around Javon Sanders.
Zach Wilder's made a few mistakes. Yeah, he had a personal foul, I think, a couple weeks ago, but he's looked good. 11 total tackles so far for the sophomore. You look to see him take a leap next year. Lamb tries to extend for the goal line. It's going to come up about a yard short as the Bobcats in there to make the stop. Over on the far side of the field, Rogelio Sarin makes the tackle at the 1. It's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. As we haven't seen Harry Stir a whole lot, but he checks in on this play as Javon Sanders is out, as Harry Stir 57 rushing yards and 1 touchdown on the season. He's a wingback on the right side of the line as Wesley will stay in there, number 45. He stands to the left of Lamb. Gets the handoff, goes off left tackle, diving to the end zone, and yes, they say he gets in there as he was pushed back by Owen Eaton and Caleb Kuzero. Touchdown Rails, 5:40, fourth quarter. It is 27-14.
It was just a short field. It's hard to keep pushing them back when you have a 10-yard field to work with. And here it was. Wesley just like, all right, I'm going to hit you. Bobcats, that's super close.
Yeah, it was.
If this was college or pro, you'd be looking down the line. I think you probably snuck the football nose on that end line, but my goodness, the defensive line of Ken came back.
Mark Bohan just said no. He was not in. But Mark Bohan's not biased at all.
I think he's right.
Jackson Lamb will get the direct snap on the 2-point conversion. Push back, no good, and it stands 27-14 with 5:40 to go in the football game. Bobcats get the football back when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford.
Hold on, that's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a, this is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Set up on the doorstep, only 10 yards out after a Bobcat fumble. It is Wesley, the running back, as he gets his third rushing touchdown of the season, as Damani Wesley scores for Lincoln, making it 27-14 after the 2-point conversion was no good. Kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, your home team advantage. Bobcats will play a lot more guys up near the 10-yard line, expecting possibly an onside kick from Harry Sturr. 5:40 to go in the football game, a 2-score game, and it looks like we have a timeout on the field potentially. Not sure if the Bobcats took it one right there. I did not see the head official. Yes, they did take a timeout right there with 5:40 to go in this one.
It was an interesting, looking at the setup, I'm not surprised they took a timeout because there was no deep man. There was
you at least want one back.
You
there.
want at least one because basically what that turns into, you can kick it off
kind of
somewhat
a fire
deep,
drill,
and then you're just sprinting for it. Bobcats have to turn and retreat. That's what I was looking at it. It's about Xavier Anderson was at the Bobcats 40, and he was the deep man. That is not what you want, even when you're anticipating an onside kick.
Do you remember the real XFL back in the early 2000s?
Yes, He Hate Me.
He Hate Me for Las Vegas. I forget what they were. Las Vegas something. Anyway, their uniforms look a lot like Lincoln's. But anyway,
yes, they do.
They used to set the ball out there, and then players would run for the ball to decide the open.
Separated his shoulder
right
away. Yep.
That's what that situation would turn into if you had no deep man back there.
Yeah, and I think that was why they had the timeout, because now there is a deep man for the Bobcats.
Sturr will go for the onside, and the ball bounces up, and Rogelio Sarin wisely jumps on that one at the 40-yard line, as it looked like Davis Ragland had it kind of hit off of him first. And
right off his face.
Yeah. And so the Bobcats end up with it with good field position with 5:39 to go in the football game. All right. Pretty much from here on out, you just want to run the ball effectively, and you could not turn it over. You want to close this thing out. Only a 2-score game now.
No turnovers is basically what it is.
Yeah.
Lincoln does have 2 timeouts left where they can stop the clock, but if you keep getting first downs, this one's over.
Jacob Hayes will hand it off left side. Xavier Anderson puts a shoulder down, and he'll drive ahead to the 44-yard line. This gain on first down of 3, and the clock will keep ticking. 5.5 minutes to go in this one between the Railsplitters and the Bobcats. Last year, Cats back on their home turf. Well, grass at that point, Dylan. 42-13 at Leonard Cole Field, and then the year before, 2021, we talked about that one, 27-18. Bobcats lost to Lincoln a couple of years ago. Lincoln will be in Marshalltown next year when these two teams meet.
And I anticipate we'll be there as well.
I don't know if they'll renew my contract. We'll see.
You go, I go. We're a team.
We're a team.
We're in this together.
I better not see you on the air next year without me. Hand off Xavier Anderson, and he makes a nice cut at the hashes. He's got the first down over the 45-yard line, and at the 42 is where he's finally brought down. Big run right there for Xavier Anderson to move the chains, pick up the first down, and get in Lincoln territory. 4:40 to go in this one, leading by 2 scores.
Yeah, you just see such a good run. You see it, you see
nice
the 30-yard line. You got the 30-yard line.
There we go.
There we go. You see this bounces out to the outside. Nice block out there by Tyrell French. And
Ragland as well, yeah.
Xavier Anderson does all the rest.
Well, up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it's 27-14. Bobcats trying to go up by 3 scores again. Hard count by Hayes. Hands off Tate. He's got blockers outside. Skips over a defender at the 40, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 35-yard line. And so decent yardage there, and it will bring up third down. Second down and 5.
Nice block by the wingback, Caleb Kusro. Turned out his guy there and Tate's able to get 5 yards there. And that makes Tate, he's at 130 yards on the ground. He's got 166 through receiving. He is over 300 yards in total offense.
Pistol formation for the Bobcats. Tate Ring still in there at running back. They'll call for it and run off left tackle again. And Tate Ring, he kind of shoes off a defender in Kyler Pettitori. And Pettitori was there to kind of bring him down from behind. But it's a gain of 4 and a manageable 3rd down and 1 for the Bobcats on the 33-yard line in Railsplitter territory, trying to get back into that Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone.
That puts him actually right at 300 yards of total offense. I'm trying to think. I'd love to know any of the historians from Bobcat. When was the last time one player had 300 total yards of offense?
It's been a while. That is for sure. 3rd and 1. Tate Ring still in the backfield for the Bobcats. And it's the same play. Tate Ring tries to get outside left tackle. And I think did that ball come out of there? Or no, they made the stop in the backfield for a loss of 1. Tate kind of got high with that left shoulder, and I could not see it. It was one of the gold helmets kind of glistening up here. But 4th down and 2 for the Bobcats with 2.5 minutes now to go at Mediacom Stadium, and a timeout on the field by the Railsplitters. We'll take it with them right here on KFJB-TV.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Coming up after the game, we'll name our Calvin Rocket Barn Grill player of the game. Visit them pre or post game. 4th down and 2 as we come back out of a timeout. 2.5 minutes to go in Des Moines tonight. 27-14 is our score. Bobcats going to keep the offense out on the field. We'll see if they go to the air here on 4th and 2. And they will. Jacob Hayes rolls out and over the flat. It's caught. Corey Smith, the senior, makes the catch at the 30. First down, Bobcats. 4-yard gain, and it's enough as Corey Smith does push-ups getting up after making the chain mover right there.
That was a great play call, and Jacob put it. You see it right here is the fake handoff to Ring. You can see all of Lincoln going there, but Jacob had some pressure right around his feet, able to get it right to Corey, and Corey got just enough. And this will, with Railsplitters having 1 timeout left, it's pretty close with the 40-second play clock. We're getting close to Lincoln. They've wrapped this up.
Yeah, Lincoln only with 1 timeout here to go with 1:50 left in the game at a 2-score game. Handoff Tate Ring. He's got a big seam, and it collapses in as a good tackle by Leo Jones to come up and make the stop after the gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6 with Just about 90 seconds to go here in Des Moines tonight. As Corey Smith just made his second catch. He has 2 catches, 13 yards for the Bobcats. Timeout called. And actually, no, we have a player down.
Davis Ragland got rolled up on,
Davis Ragland down at the 25-yard line. And while he is down, we will step aside. This is Bobcat football on KFJB-tv. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Davis Ragland walking off on his own, but definitely a noticeable limp. Up on from behind, maybe got his ankle rolled. Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, what do we have? I know we've got some finals. West Marshall went final, didn't they?
Yeah, West Marshall went final with a loss. Sadly, they lost 14-6 in the Mud Bowl. Gladbrook Rhinebeck took care of GMG 62-16. Clarksville defeats Meskwaki Settlement 48-6. And then last score we have is Dowling leading Southeast Polk 14-10 at end of 3, and we still have Valley leading Ankeny 14-10 near the end of the 3rd.
After the injury, they wind the clock, and we are approaching 1 minute to go here at Mediacom Stadium. Opening home game, first ever for the Lincoln Railsplitters, and the Bobcats trying to steal the thunder on the road here tonight. Xavier Anderson in there for the carry, breaks a tackle. He's near first down yardage. We'll see where the final spot is. It's at the 21. He needed the 20 for the first down, so a gain of 5 for Xavier Anderson. 3rd and 1, and the offense will stay on the field. Bobcats will have to run at least one more play.
You see this, just got a nice kick-out block. Nice job by Jacob Gudith, and rode his block. And this is one of the better nights. Ottumwa, we scored a ton of points, but a lot of it was this big play stuff. There were not a lot of sustained drives. I thought tonight, able to get some of those 5, 6, 7-yard runs shows a lot more, even more consistency from that offensive line.
Big win here tonight on the road. 2-6 now for the Bobcats. Railsplitters fall to 500 at 4-4. 11 seconds to go in this game. A timeout on the field, and we'll keep it right here at Mediacom Stadium. Next week coming up, it's Valley at home. It's a down Valley team, but still a down Valley team is a very good team.
Yeah, if this metro area, there's such good football throughout the Des Moines area. So if you're playing just a ton of Des Moines schools and you're sitting at 3-5, 2-6, something like that, you still could be a very good team if you got outside of the metro area.
3rd and 1, and the Bobcats, I believe, going to kneel on it here and just end this football game. As they'll pack it in tight around Jacob Hayes. Snap comes, and then he hits the turf, and this one is over as the Bobcats will win it here 27-14 as the final seconds will run off the clock as a big win for Adam Goodvin and the Marshalltown Bobcats behind Tate Ring, who ran all over the Railsplitters tonight.
Yeah, some of them were through the air and others were on the ground, but he had 300 yards between rushing and receiving. A huge night for the senior.
Coming up, it's the locker room report from Mediacom Stadium in Des Moines as the Bobcats victorious. Week number 8 victory, 27-14. This is Bobcat football on KFJB-tv.
There's a city within a city not far from here. This city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. This city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown, 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. They bring you the Locker Room Report from Drake. Well, not Drake Stadium, but Mediacom Stadium near the Drake campus here tonight. Bobcats victorious 27-14, the final score. A tough one because, with the rainfall, all that kind of stuff, made conditions, a few more turnovers than we usually kind of see, but definitely a good victory here tonight for the Bobcats. I know they're excited after this one.
Yeah, the ball got put on the ground probably a few more times than anybody would like, but they were able to make plays both offensively and defensively when it mattered. And these are the things when you have a young team where it's been a struggle all year, to be able to just be excited.
Ignacio Macias, hi, Mom. I hope we capture that on a replay, hopefully.
This is fantastic. Keith's always got the best shots. Always got the best shots.
Yeah, Nacho, pretty good game for him tonight, as well as we saw Corey Smith right there as Bobcats.
Oh, fantastic.
Winning just always feels good, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, as head coach Adam Goodvin will make his way up to the booth here a little bit. We only saw one score out of the Bobcats in the second half, and it was a big play by Tate Ring, a 70-yard touchdown pass right here just out of the backfield, and took it all the way. His second receiving touchdown of the night at that point, and his third overall as he runs through the finish line, as we see Keith also making his way to the finish line up the stands. 27-14, the final score. We will name our player of the game, plus get you our sweet play of the game, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates, and talk with head football coach Adam Goodvin. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Back in on the Locker Room Report. Bobcats victorious tonight, 27-14. Move to now 2-6 on the season. It is our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game. Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill of Marshalltown. Dylan?
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one, I think, here tonight. Tate Ring. Hulk Hogan back in the day was listed at 303 pounds. Tate Ring, 303 yards, 166 receiving, 137 on the ground. My goodness, from the first play to the last, he was dynamic.
Talking to him yesterday in our Cat Connection, he seemed very confident in what he was going to do tonight, and it showed out here tonight.
Yeah, he's taken it to the house from 70-plus yards out against Lincoln before, and he was about to do it again, and he thought, I'll do it once, I'll do it twice. Why not 3 times?
That is for sure. He started the scoring and ended the scoring for the Bobcats here tonight. He is our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill Player of the Game. Each week, Calvin Rocket awards a free handheld to the Bobcat Player of the Game. We will talk with head coach Adam Goodvin when we come back right here on the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
Hey Bobcats, this is Garrett with Calvin Rocket. I'm happy to partner up with KFJB and continue the tradition of Bobcat Player of the Week. Follow us on social media for all your Calvin favorites, news specials, and exciting news that's coming down the road. Stop on in and give us a try. We're open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., and starting September 10th, we'll be open on Sundays for the start of the NFL season. We'll see you at Calvin Rocket, and go Bobcats.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Back at Mediacom Stadium, time for our post-game chat with head coach Adam Goodvin, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. 27-14, we saw some of the guys heading in the locker room. A win always feels good. Your team went out there, and you talked about it in our pregame chat and also kind of on Bobcat Live last night, the big plays. You wanted to limit them, but you also wanted to make some, and boom, first play out of the game, you made a huge play with Tate Ring.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, Tate hit the hole well, and it was blocked up well too. So we had we practiced that. It was a simple power play, and credit to Caleb Kusero on that. He was the one that was on 41, their best player, and sealed them off, and away we went.
Yeah, and to get off to the start like you did and go up with a couple of scores, we've seen that wheel route with Tate, and you've missed on it just a few times, but finally tonight, a couple of big times you connected at once at 91. What do you think kind of led to it to be able to have that success with that play tonight?
I think it was just simple. We saw cover 3 all week on film, and they didn't really stray away from that all year. And then essentially we just put 3 over 2 and ran our 2 receivers off and Tate on the wheel, and he made the play and did it again. They didn't adjust, so yeah. we needed a big play. I mean, that second time was on a 3rd down, so I mean we had to make something happen, and we went back to it and they executed.
Yeah, you really look at it. You talked about it in your first comments and it was blocked up really well. Brandon and I just talked about it. I thought tonight from a consistency perspective, yes, more points at Atomo, but from a play in, play out, I thought the offensive line looked as good, if not better, than it had all year.
Yeah, they were outstanding. You know, they're over there with Coach Mann on the bench between drives when, you know, the guys that aren't out there on defense, but, man, they're asking questions, they're learning, and it was a fun night all around.
Yeah. And I'd love to talk about the other side, that defensive line. We talked about that as well. Yeah. Holy cow. They were making tackle after tackle. Javon Sanders is incredible, right? If we gave player of the game to the other side, I was like, I'd drive him to get a handheld. He's a very good player. But the defensive line, that was an electric performance by those 4 on the ground.
Yeah, you gotta play hard and play tough and wrap up when you're playing against a running back like him. And man, I mean, he was beat up all night, and I mean, we're late in the year, and we knew that, but. You know, we it's not flag football. We learned that pretty quick, but a lot of bend but don't break tonight, and you know, except one play there that he broke loose. But you know, proud of the effort that our guys put forth, and we didn't help ourselves out a lot tonight. We put ourselves in some pretty tough situations, but fought through it.
You know. Come out here in the second half, they only scored 1 touchdown on you, and it was only because of a fumble. They got it at the 10, and that's a tough situation. But you mentioned that, bend but don't break. It seemed like Sanders had a lot of his big yards in between the 20s, and at that line of scrimmage is always so key. You know, we didn't talk about Davis Ragland a whole lot in the second half because that defensive line was making those plays where the second level didn't have to they were helping clean up those tackles.
Yeah, they got linemen up on Davis quite a bit all night, and they just ran that simple buck sweep forever, and they've been doing it all year, and they're pretty good at it. And you knew they were going to break some long ones every once in a while, but our D line, like you guys said, they had to play tough and fight some down blocks all night and play over top. So a lot of credit to our kids' effort.
And I don't want to make sure we need to talk about number one as well. I thought Xavier Anderson, from the strip and recover, but everything from the word go, he seemed to be at that intensity level, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He ran the ball well. What can you say about Xavier Anderson and how he played tonight?
He's huge. I mean, we ran that one the running back pass there early on, and it wasn't open. But I mean, he's got the experience. He threw Corey open, and I know there was a penalty on that. But like you said, everything he did tonight was outstanding. Including the effort, and then pretty good 1-2 punch with him back there as well. Kid runs really hard, and we were trying to get him one there in the end zone there first half, but we kind of stalled ourselves. But no, very proud of him, and he just continues to get better every single week.
It's really surprising too. We talked about him in the pregame, but Jacob Gudith, he's played linebacker, he's played defensive line, he's played fullback, he's played offensive line, and now center. He was playing here tonight. He just seems like one of those utility guys you're going to hate to lose at the end of this year.
Yeah, he's without a doubt a team first guy.
Yeah,
and we can't have enough Jacob Gudis with that mindset that he's got. I think we just got to get him back in the secondary to cover all the all the position groups. But we'll see.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Will Ferrell once played all 9 positions in a spring training game. It's Jacob Gudis playing all 11.
Final question for you, Coach. Obviously, week number 9, you're going to get ready for Valley back at home. What's your message to your team after this one as, you kind of turn that page over to the next week?
We're coming back. We're going to be out at the MFL fields tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. support the young guys, and they're going to go get their shakes after victories at Taylor's, and we're back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
It's the process doesn't change. Week 1, week 9. 0-9, 9-0. So we're going to get back to work Monday.
Sounds good. Thanks for the time tonight. Congrats on the victory.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
All right. Bobcats pick up their second victory of the season tonight. That is our post-game chat with Coach, all brought to you by Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-tv.
The Marshalltown YMCA YWCA is a place for everyone, no matter their age or background. We strive to create a facility that is welcoming and inviting to all. We offer a gym, 2 pools, the latest in exercise and strength training equipment, and a running track. We also offer youth and adult sports leagues, CrossFit, swim lessons, preschool and childcare, group exercise classes, and more. We're more than a gym. We're a community where friendships are made and lives are improved every day. Visit ymca-ywca.org or stop by for a tour.
Back at Mediacom Stadium, 27-14. Bobcats win it. They improve to 2-6. Railsplitters now 3-5 on the season. Time for a scoreboard update, which is all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan.
There's some big ones. Next week's opponent, Valley, kicks a field goal as time expires, beats Ankeny 24-23. Dowling's up on Southeast Polk in overtime. Coon Rapids Bayard defeats Colonesco 34-20. Roland Story leads Sadell 49-0 with 3 minutes left to go. Also, Ames and Sioux City are tied in overtime as well. Lots of good games around. Yes.
That they're playing? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, time for our Lily Mae Sweet Play of the Game, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates, handmade, hand-dipped since 1939. Always open at lilymaechocolate.com. Here's our Sweet Play of the Game. It was one of those wheel routes, 91 yards to Tate Ring.
Yeah, the linebacker got beat both times on those plays. Safety couldn't stop him, and that is a fast young man.
Huge play for Tate Ring as, again, he hits the marker.
Yeah, definitely. That was a sprinter right there, making sure.
that makes your and a runner up for sweet play of the game as well. Oh, that is our sweet play of the game again. All brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates in Marshalltown. Hi, Mom. Ignacio Macias.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, you love to see that joy. They work hard, and now you're getting to have that joy because you're going home a winner.
That is for sure. We'll be back and check in one more final time from Mediacom Stadium. This is the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
The KFJB-tv Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back one final time to Mediacom Stadium. We mentioned it. What's Dylan?
You see Tate Ring right out there on the court, out there on the field. He is trying to get even more yards after he has touched every square inch of the turf down there.
Yeah, he like a kid in a candy shop here. Yesterday when I was talking to him, he was just glowing. You know, I mean, you could tell he was super pumped up, and so it's awesome to see a kid who works hard and has been fighting through some nagging injuries and things like that. And obviously, you know, things aren't always perfect, but he definitely made the best of it here tonight.
I do feel bad for his future children because you know they're going to hear about the night he had 303 yards in Des Moines a lot of times.
That is for sure. Well, coming up next week, it is week number 9. Hard to believe, the final week of the football season. As the Bobcats are at 2-6, they'll take on the Valley Tigers. Battle of the Cats at Leonard Cole Field. Pregame show at 6. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Thanks so much to our KFJB-tv crew here tonight. Great job by Keith Stewart. I know he was battling the conditions down there in the rain tonight, as well as Jesse DeMeyer on camera. Our producer back at the radio studios, Jeff Brooks, everybody. Zach Tomesh on stats, and our on-site producer, Todd Steinkamp. For Dylan Dose, I'm Brandon Lewis. Have a great rest of your Friday night. We'll talk to you next Friday back at Leonard Cole Field. Plus, we've got volleyball on tap. Playoff action Tuesday night inside the Roundhouse here on KFJB-tv. 7 o'clock is first serve from that one. Postseason play against Des Moines. One more time, Ignacio Macias.
Run it back.
And then right here you see him. Hi, Mom. There you go. You've been watching Bobcat football, and you're home for the Cats, KFJB-tv.
Today's game on KFJB-tv was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Effington Heating and Cooling, Lily Mae Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA.